Look in my eyes for my mind state. I'm on the grind 25 days. Money on my mind, that's how I play. If you got it now, this what I say. Hold up, hold up, hold up, wait. Hold up, hold up, hold up, wait.
You good?
I'm rolling. So
we are rolling.
We're
Hey,
rolling.
stop playing on my hair then. And really
I need a
get
haircut.
camera ready. We live episode 13.
I need a shave too.
Yo, mic check on my Joe Buttons kick right now. Mic check. 1, 2. All right, we live. Episode 13, Swerve City Podcast. What's good? Co-host Ariel Monroe.
Yeah, Big Swole.
Boom. We don't got Teasy here today. He got to handle some kids things. He's up to children 7:38. So you. Matter of fact, every time
It was like 7:40. Thought he was rounding up.
He
to
lost
the
a
nearest
child. That's
whole
the
number.
problem.
Oh, okay, that's it.
So I feel like every time he's
The
not
black-
here,
black
just
markets.
assume that it's a child-oriented reason.
Yeah,
Well,
black market.
Black markets.
Everybody needs a lung, or two,
Or kidney.
or kidney.
Welcome, the homie Swerve City Podcast. Pretty much
What's up?
favorite guest ever.
No, that means they've had bad guests. I don't know which one to
We've
look at, but I'm
we've
gonna
had
go
some bad guests.
like
Wow.
who? Zeta?
Dang!
I ain't gonna throw you under the bus like that, Zeta, because I was just on a Twitch.
I am.
I was just on the Twitch stream, which was a good time. It was fun. We did the damn thing.
Hey, what's that? Is that thing? Woo! You guys are professional.
Boom.
Look at that thing
Look at
moves
it.
a little bit. A little golf pro gimmick moves.
It does.
Look at it, moving up the top.
All these nice little
I can't
pretty
wait.
gadgets and stuff are all cool and all. Thank you around Seattle for sponsoring us, bringing us.
thank you.
We got a new audio mixer. Sorry for us starting up late tonight, but
That was my fault. That was my bad.
It's
That
actually
was
not
my
your
bad.
fault. It was also it was actually technical difficulties because we were trying to get the audio
Make
mixer
sure you
right.
guys
Because we
can see
trying to prove this
everybody.
audio that y'all keep complaining about, y'all. Boom.
I'm just looking at the thing. Anyway, I'm Eddie
He's
Kingston.
mesmerized. It's Eddie Kingston, everybody.
What's up,
The GoPro
AKA, the
is
King,
going like
aka
this.
Mad King, aka that dude, aka get up in your mother,
King. Holla.
holla, get at me,
This is the problem.
aka date your sister and leave her after a nice seafood dinner. Anyway,
You gotta kneel down.
We're gonna get to date questions in a minute.
Oh,
We're
God.
gonna get to these.
Red
We're gonna get to
Lobster.
these sponsorships.
Red Lobster.
You can always check out the little highlight clips of the Swerve City Podcast on YouTube, on Swerve City Podcast YouTube channel. Or if you really want to see the full hour and a half, 2-hour episodes that we be putting out on a weekly basis, you can head to the swervecitypodcast.pivotshare.com. Pay $4.99 for the full
Pivotshare.
content. We also have other content we'll be putting on there too. WrestleCade is just around the corner.
I'm trying to get on that.
Me too.
Bro, I'm gonna be down
Well,
there.
I've never been on one. So, anyone at WrestleCade want to get on? Let me know. What's up?
WrestleCade is coming around the corner. We're gonna have some bonus content. Me and Teezy gonna be heading down to WrestleCade itself.
My man knocking down Daredevil and all that jazz. Did anyone else see the 3rd season of Daredevil?
I have not.
I'm not.
No.
I've watched the first episode, but I will get
Of
to
the
that.
3rd season?
I got
Yo,
sponsorships
so
to run off. We
All
gonna get there.
right.
We gonna get there.
All right,
baby.
sponsorship number 1. Leaders on?
Yeah. We watching TV. We watching
Yeah, we got
WWE
Raw
Raw.
as well.
We got
Say
High
good
Spots
stuff.
Network sharing our Pivot Share on the sharing the Swerve City Podcast on the Pivot Shares. We got Progress on Demand sharing us on their Pivot Share.
Yo, what up, Progress?
We got Defy, PCW Ultra,
LO Defy, PCW Ultra.
Bar Wrestling,
Bar Wrestling.
doing all them, doing all the good thing. We got Desmond Xavier walking through the living room.
Yo, my man, put on some pants, Des.
Huh?
Damn.
Nah, man, my job is to wear underwear.
This is true.
I don't want to see it in the house, though, eh?
Sponsorships, thegloriousdead.com. Head to thegloriousdead.com. Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah!
Right here.
Yeah,
Flatbush Zombies. Thegloriousdead.com. Head to the websites. Get out their merch. They just coming back from tour, actually. They finished up their Europe tour.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming down to Miami November 16th to do this big concert with Denzel Curry. I wish I could be on that, but I might not be in town that week, so I might be missing that after all. So I feel pretty sad about that. I want to get on stage with them boys, but we gonna be doing a Twitch stream with them very soon on the video game.
Word?
On NBA 2K. They have some big NBA 2K. They're also Fortnite players, but I suck at it. Maybe I can pass that on to you.
Man, I'm not too good at Fortnite.
I
See, I
never
don't
played
play nothing but sports games. I'm that guy. I'm not.
No, you're gonna play Red Dead Redemption.
I'm gonna play that.
You're gonna
Yeah,
play Red
I'm
Dead.
gonna play that.
I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed Odyssey too.
How is I like the
Oh
like
my God.
I remember the other ones I like.
It's really good.
It's real good.
It's real
I'm
good.
about that like.
It's really
It's
dope.
really good.
So
I just get scared because if I get too much into a video game, it's a wrap.
Mm.
I won't go to training. I won't go to MMA. Nothing. I'm
Red Dead
just-
Redemption 2 is gonna do that to you. I'll let you know that right now.
By the way, side note: Trish Stratus. God damn.
yeah, she's
How old
still
is she
fine.
now? Like
Old enough.
she looked 27. How does he do it? It's that Canadian water. You know what I mean?
All the Canadians look younger
How
than
old
they
is
are.
she? She grown.
She grown. She a grown woman.
Grown.
She's grown. She definitely doesn't do CrossFit like. You know what I mean? Some
Right.
other people I know.
She lifting.
She lifts. She's not jerking her body. She
No, she
lifted.
lifting. She
No
lifted
offense to
and
nobody
giving-
does CrossFit. Believe it or not, I work out. It's just hard for me to eat right. I'll eat right for 2 weeks, the next thing you know. Like we talked about Gators. I'm right back in Gators with the mini burgers and all that.
So right now we switching back and forth and watching the wrestling show, the wrestling channel, and we also switching back and watching Monday Night Football. Why the Knicks? Why the not the Knicks? The
Yeah,
Knicks up too.
Knicks are bad.
Why the Giants? Why the Giants so bad? Why is New York terrible? Period. Just sports wise.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, ooh, girl.
Look, listen, we already had an episode about why Florida sucks. They was
Now this is why New York sucks.
And I'm
No,
like,
New York's amazing. No, the sports team's bad. All right, so let's go with the Yankees, right?
All right, let's
Number one.
start at the top because they're like the
Yeah.
king.
The thing with the Yankees was all the and now, whatever, man. You could not call me a real Yankee fan, but like I knew they weren't going to do that well because their pitching wasn't that well. If you're going to make it deep in the playoffs, you have to have good pitching. You have to have like a good bullpen, a good starting pitching. They didn't have neither one of those. So when I knew a couple of Yankee fans were like, "Yo, we're gonna kill him. We're gonna do this with that," and I was like, I don't know. But that was our big issue. Plus injuries, but the main was we didn't have a good starting rotation or a bullpen. Then with the Giants, it's real simple. Everyone wants to blame Eli Manning. We do have a young backup quarterback. I forgot his name, but I know he's like not even a year in. And but the bottom line is, how can Eli Manning do anything if he's not getting any protection? So the offensive line has to get shored up. So does the D line, and so does the secondary, and then of course all that stuff. But that's what that is.
That
you know what I mean?
offense should be way more powerful than what they.
No, yeah, but
they
he
should
has
be.
no time. He just sits. He has like not even 3 seconds to
you
throw
got
the
three.
ball.
You're in the
So
pocket.
yeah, it doesn't matter. It could be time. I'm telling you right now, Tom Brady. If he doesn't get at least 3 seconds, it's a wrap for him. I don't care. Yes, he is the GOAT. I get it, but still. Then the Knicks. As long as Dolan's the owner, the Knicks are never winning anything. There you go. I said
That's
it.
very true.
That's it.
That's very true.
I just said Dolan's killing everything there.
Like, so do you think a lot of these successful quarterbacks are just being like pretty much a good system quarterback rather than just a great quarterback?
Certain quarterbacks you can say that about. You can
I don't
say,
think a great quarterback can overcome not having a good system in today's football. I don't think
in today's football, I don't know. Tom Brady.
like Michael Vick was the last person that could ever do that. Being like not a good system, but still succeed.
Michael Vick
Michael
made
Vick.
it. Yeah, he made his own system.
You know,
They were. I remember when he first got in the league, they would tell him, "Yo, stay in the pocket, don't run."
Right.
You know, and
He do his own
He
thing.
was like,
He
"Yeah,
did his
man,
own
I'm not."
his own
thing
thing.
inside and outside the field, but he did his own thing.
Well, he paid his dues to society. You know what I mean? I know a lot
I'm
of people.
talking about 2004 Madden
You know what I
cover.
mean? Oh, there's
Michael Vick.
Well, I was also when Madden covers had the like jinx on it.
Yeah.
If you had a Madden cover,
curse. You
it
get
was a
hurt,
wrap. Yeah, it was a wrap for you.
or something bad was happening in your life.
Yep.
It happened every year.
Yeah.
And he
Waiting for Brady to be on that thing. I was like, please,
And
Brady,
he did,
be on
and
the
he went
cover.
to- he did, and he went to another Super Bowl right afterwards.
Oh, I think he broke his leg that year. I don't know. One
no,
of them.
no, it was last year's.
I believe you could put Tom Brady in any system and he'll make it work.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah. You have certain quarterbacks over the years that you're like, nah, man, they're system quarterbacks or they're just game field managers. Like they're just there not to lose, like lose the game for you. You know what I mean?
That's been Alex Smith for years.
Yeah,
Like
that
10
has
years.
been.
Alex
Yeah.
Smith won't play you out of a game, but he'll keep you in a game, but he won't go above and beyond to win you a game. That's always been his
And
problem.
you know who reminds me of that? Who I used to hate on ESPN? It's not there anymore. What's his name?
Tim Hasselbeck?
No, Dilfer.
Oh, Trent Dilfer.
I hated him when he would talk about, well, the quarterback has to do this and that. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute.
What did you do?
I understand you won a Super Bowl and all with the Ravens, but that defense won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
They'll put anybody on commentary. I understand.
Really? I gotta get on that. I gotta act like I know.
They really will put anybody up there.
All right, so
Females are now wrestling.
well,
There's a
they've
lot
always
of
been wrestling, but now they're getting shine. They're getting that. Oh, no pun intended. Now they're getting that shine and.
Oh, I get it.
Shine.
I get it.
that shine and shimmer. They get that
Like
shine
and shimmer, that sparkle. Was it
That
sparkle?
sparkle, yeah.
Was it sparkle like the
It's a
pre-show?
sparkle showcase.
Yes, I remember that.
How was the pay per view? I didn't even get to watch it yet. I was.
I
knocked out last night.
don't know, man. I'm a big mark for Medusa because she was
Was
the
she there?
first.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
All right,
Came
so
out
break-
with the cape and everything.
Yeah.
So break down what happened to the show for me. 'Cause
I didn't
see
watch.
the WWE.
I didn't watch. I just saw Medusa come out. I watched the
Did you
Battle
turn to
Royal.
stone when
Battle
she
Royal.
came out?
Bro.
Oh, you doing because this?
Aha, see what I did there. Trash.
No, like everyone's like, oh, the women, was it Evolution or what, Revolution and all that?
Evolution.
Like that's good for WWE, but I know, you know what I mean. Women have been trying to kill it on the Indies and also in Japan for years.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like
So this
Evolution.
ain't new to us.
It's
This
not
ain't new
new,
to us, yeah.
but it is new
It's
to
a
them.
regular old Sunday for us, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Right. It is
You know,
real.
getting it in, trying to get it, trying to get my scratch, kid.
Right.
But,
But,
I mean, for the main,
for
the mainstream wrestling fan,
Oh,
that's
it's
a big deal
yeah.
for that. Like,
And
you know.
I'm happy for all the women. You know what I mean? Like, you know this. And you know this too. I'm a big mama's boy, so that's what gets me in trouble with women. Is that like, I don't know. I believe every woman's beautiful,
Right.
in their own way. Like, the girl may not be attractive to me, but she's beautiful. You know what I mean?
She
And
got
the reason
a good
why
spirit. She got a good spirit.
I don't even know any of that jazz. I just think women are beautiful in general because they carry life for 9 months. Like, a man can't do that. You know what I mean?
True that.
And being a mother,
Lord.
I can barely-
she just got hit in the mouth again.
I can barely. I
Do
can
they
barely
not
carry a
like her?
conversation.
But a mother to me is like one of the most beautiful things in the world, you know? And
Oh, thank you.
but yeah. But see, now I say that now, and then you'll ask me about a girl, and I'll be like, yo,
Trash.
she this, you know what I mean?
Trash.
But that's
Straight
my
trash.
she's straight doo-doo.
Straight.
But that's my duality.
Yo, she keeps getting hit
Hit
in
in
the
the
face.
face.
So I'm like, Liv keeps getting hit in the face, and it's just.
Do they not like her or something? Like she,
I hope they like it.
I'm
hope
sure
so.
they do.
but like. So anyway, me being a mama's boy and thinking that every woman's beautiful in their own way, you know what I mean? I'm just happy for them to do it. And now what gets me in trouble is that I am a man. So there's days where I'll say this, and then there's days like you said, oh, she trash.
Yep.
She-
One day
yeah.
you're feeling like, hey mama. The next thing,
Oh,
you're
next thing
feeling-
I'm playing like, what
next
was it?
thing,
What's your phone number? That was like, what?
I
think-
get around.
I get around, yeah.
Hey man, look, I completely understand. Cause I tell people all the time, I ain't shit. I really ain't, but I'm consistent. You can't say that I'm not consistent in who I am.
Yes.
Like, I know who I am, and I'm
See
very
that's the
fucking
thing.
honest.
That's the thing I love though is that you know who you are. Like I feel actually pity for people who wake up every morning and gotta look at themselves in the mirror and go, "Who am I gonna be today?"
Right.
Really? Like I know a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? But like I know whether right or wrong, whoever I am, I know who I am.
Right.
I wake up in the morning, I'd be like, "Yep, there you are already."
Why you
Try
think
not
that-
to kill nobody today.
Why do you think that is? Like people like have
I
to,
grew up.
like put no. Why do you think like there's people that have to put different masks
Oh,
on?
why?
They pretty much have to
Um,
wear a different mask every day.
I believe, well, this is with any business, but since we're all in wrestling, I guess you can just put it to wrestling for right now, but it's any business. I believe the game part of it, where you have to be professional, takes over their life fully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't know who they are. So in other words, like, oh man, I gotta be nice to this dude or this girl because they got stroke here, and there. But then they be overly nice and overly fake. You know what I mean? To me, if I don't like somebody, but I gotta be professional, yeah, it's a handshake. Hey, how you doing? Hey, day's going good. All right, cool, bet. And that's the end of the
Keep
conversation.
moving.
Unless I have to deal with them for a match or
Or
for
storyline.
or even if they're the boss, of course I'm gonna have to deal with them later.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep it professional, and then when I go home, there's Eddie Moore and Eddie Kingston. When I go home, it's Eddie Moore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Some people can't, like, Eddie Kingston's the pro wrestler.
They can't separate it.
Yeah, I have to keep it. Some people can't separate it. They'll bring
They bring-
their wrestling personality to home,
Right.
and then when they're home, like with me, like, you know, I was with somebody, and that was one of the arguments that we used to always have was she would bring it home.
Yeah.
And then she would say, I don't bring it enough. Like, it was just
That's
back
the-
and, it was
that's
just
one
back
of
and forth.
That's one of the things that Cedric and we have in our household. That's why it keeps the drama free. We don't.
Well, you beat the shit up on us.
I mean, well, yeah.
Like, I love you, Cedric, but let's keep it thorough. Huh? Let's keep it real clear.
I don't.
I walked in on some ass
I don't
whoopings.
beat Cedric.
I
It
walked
just
in
so
on some ass
happens that
whoopings.
he be trying me at the wrong time.
At the wrong times.
At the wrong time, and then I just gotta,
Let him know.
you know,
Check him.
Like,
right?
Easy.
Right?
Easy.
I'm about to
Like after
check
our
your
first
chin.
date, I put him in this little reverse guillotine chokehold just so you know I mean business. Like you ain't gonna punk me or play me.
I
Like,
love it.
it's not gonna happen.
A little bit of, like you said, but that's also what, you know, not just relationships, but also just in general. You know what I mean? They get lost. Now, I can't say that because, like you said, you ain't shit, whatever. You've done more than me, in my opinion. Out of my 17 years, well, everyone who knows me
Eddie
knows.
Kane though.
Yeah, but everyone who knows me knows I don't think I'm shit because I didn't main event of WrestleMania. I wasn't in the Tokyo Dome. I never wrestled that match. Like, I have certain goals
Right.
that I didn't reach that I'm like, well, in my head, I know it's a bad word to say, but in my head, I'm a failure in a certain extent. So when I see people like yourself or like Shay doing well, I'll be like, oh, they're doing better than me, good. But it's not hate. It's like, good for them.
Right.
Fuck it. I remember when I saw you on the Mae Young, what did I do first thing? Yo! Yeah!
Hit that New York call.
Yeah! You know what I mean? But like, people can say, well, Eddie, you didn't play the game enough. No, and there's certain aspects where I didn't play the game enough.
Yeah.
You
How
know?
deep of the game do you think you have to play to actually succeed?
I think, I don't know, man. I look at Homicide, even though he's my best friend, and like I'm a little biased towards him. I look at him, this is the dude from Brooklyn who wasn't supposed to make it out of Brooklyn. And he made money in this business. Was in a video game, had his own
He had
toy.
the
Oh,
dream
yes.
career.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, granted, it wasn't WWE, but he put Ring of Honor on the map.
Right.
You know what I mean? He helped put Impact, TNA, whatever you want to call it, on the map. He inspired generations of New York dudes. Like, after my match at Impact on the Concrete Jungle, I'd never done this to another man. I knelt down in front of him and just started, like, praising him in front of everybody. Because I felt like he needed to know that. You know what I
In
mean?
New York.
In New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
You know
In
what I
New
mean?
York.
Like, he needed to know that a lot of us wouldn't be anywhere where we were. But he plays the game to a certain extent of, I have to be professional. You know what I mean? You better go inside with your egg whites. I had enough of you today. What? But,
Quick sidebars.
quick sidebars. But, he played the game enough where he understood what the business was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when he came home or when he left the building, he was himself. He wasn't that person all the time. And I'm not saying it's always being fake, but a lot of times it is. You know? And I'm starting to find that balance now after 17 years in. I'm a slow learner. You know what I mean? I was 290 pounds. Before I ate bad today, I was 240. So, like, it took me a while to lose weight. Like, my uncle said I did the typical Moor thing. Because the Irish side of my family is the Moors. They're all male. And we all are hard-headed and thick. Like, if you tell us, go this way, this will be the easiest path for you to get to where you want to go.
You going
We're going to go, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah,
I'll meet you.
walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
I'll meet you. I'll meet you in a couple of years. You know what I
They're
mean?
like, there's a CVS on that corner,
Right.
so I gotta stop there. They
Yeah.
ain't got nothing over there.
But it's like, my uncle put it the best. He goes, people told you, work out, tan, be professional. What'd you do, Eddie? Like most Moors do. Nah, fuck it, I'm going to do it my way. And it's true, but, you know, it's my way at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I tell everyone, too, I know I'm scattered all over the place, but after my Concrete Jungle match, and I felt like I can let my ego out a little bit. We made history because no one else has ever done that kind of match.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we just did the live podcast in Tennessee, and we just talked to LAX
Yeah.
about that.
Like,
That was a mess.
That was, yeah. Those boys. God bless them. God bless them. See, Monkey's my man. Santana, though, he's too much like me. I don't know.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's why me and him, like, look at each other and we're like, oh, no. Something.
But nah.
I know what he's thinking. But we kind of just sat there at the bar, and I was like, yo, we made history in our own way. You know what I mean? And I played My Way by Frank Sinatra in the bar. Because that's the truth. We, I did it my way, and I have nothing to it. But anyway, playing the game-wise, I know I go off. Playing the game-wise, I believe you can be yourself and still make a living without losing yourself. You know what I mean? And I believe a lot of people lose who they are, and I think they have to remember there's professional you, and then there's real you.
Yeah, I've always felt like being genuine always gets more of a connection from in a fan base and in like the locker room. If a lot of people get a genuine feel for you, I feel like people will go more out of their way for you because they get that genuine connection. They don't feel like they have to watch their back with you. They can be like, oh, this is a straight up dude. You know, I respect that. You know, I feel like I would go to bat for somebody who I truly trusted, truly connected with, and especially in the ring. You'd want somebody more genuine.
Where we have to trust each other.
The most.
And now I know women. Now again, see, we go. I say how beautiful they are and everything, right? And then now here we go. Here's the flip side of it.
There's two sides to everything.
Yeah. Here's the flip side of it. To me, aren't the women a little bit more catty? Yeah. Or like more vicious than men? From what I've heard.
I mean, it's pretty vicious out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
But how many?
You definitely got to play the game.
How many women? Yeah. How many women do you actually get a genuine feel from in a locker room?
It's not a lot.
That's what I mean.
Is pretty small. You know, I keep it pretty.
As far as women goes, or men, or both?
Both.
You have to do both.
I have to do both because, like, with the men, it's a little different because I've had it where these guys would be my friends, they'll be Cedric's friends, but then at the same time, as soon as something happens or some rumor goes around, they go behind. Like, Cedric's back, hey, I've always wanted to talk to you. I get those messages.
Oh, no.
And I text Cedric, I'm like, look, this is what your friends are sending me. This is it. This is the
This is your homeboy.
Yeah,
this is your homeboy.
These are your friends.
Mm.
And that's the side
That's sad, man. See, to me, that's just, again, I have my own, we can talk about moral codes later, but, like, I believe every man has to have his own code. And that's one of my codes. Like, as soon, no matter how beautiful, I've seen my one boy, Pretty Boy in New York. This dude gets bad-looking girls, man. Like, yo, ridiculous. But I don't know. I have a thing with me. Once I see he's dating them, there's a switch in my head. I go, oh, she gross.
I was just talking about this. I was talking about this over the weekend. Have you ever seen somebody like, oh man, you're real cool with them. They're very attractive, but like when you see they mess with this person, you're like, oh, instant attraction gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, oh, they slept with that. They slept with him.
Well, I mean, with my friends,
with
my friends, I'm like, all right, that's my man's, whatever. Like, I ain't trying to be Eskimo brothers with him, but like,
just seeing it on off chance, and you're like,
nah. You know what's funny? I'm wrestling. Like, I don't know, for some reason, people find me attractive, and when they do, and I find that they slept with a certain somebody in wrestling, I just go, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You got marked. They've been marked.
No, I don't know. No, I know what that. No. No.
Yeah, they got the.
So Eddie, do you want to hang out? No. Yeah. Like Harry Potter.
Yeah, like,
by the way, because of Tegan Knox, what's her name? Tegan, or is it Nixon still?
No,
it's
Tegan. Because that motherfucker.
Shout out Steph.
You know what I mean?
Steph.
Oh, we're using shoot shit.
I'll use whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, it's your show.
Wow,
like literally.
He's cursing.
I go from Priscilla to Angel Rose to
Diamante.
All in the same conversation.
Right, so
like,
everyone
what are you
knows.
talking about? Oh,
but everyone in the Latin group, I guess you could say, know her as the baby. She's the baby. That's what we call her.
That's the little
That's one of the tight knits right there.
Yeah.
She's genuine.
That's a
genuine person.
And look where she's at now. From being, I told her that years ago, like 2 years ago.
I miss her all the time. Like she is the baby. Like we all look out for her, and you know what I mean. She is the young one of the group.
I told her like 2 years ago.
Goddamn, she holds it down.
I remember I had a conversation with her 2 years ago, like when she was just doing fest and couldn't really break out of that Florida, like the down south Florida real vibe. She was just like real frustrated about it because she like showed up to the Shine, showed up to the Shimmers and all that stuff, and was never getting booked and put on the shows. I was like, yo, just keep being the genuine person you are, and then it's gonna shine through.
Yup.
And like, sure enough, like what she's doing, she's like on TV. She's a freaking book flying all over the world, all over the country. You know, she's doing her thing. But that's from being the genuine person. Because I feel like women, their the cattiness is always about possession. I don't know that, but I hear that.
It is about possession, and it's always usually the ones that are, their gimmick is like so far from who they actually are, and that it's like that's the range. That's how.
There's a lot of things I can say right now.
You know, like it's you're like, that's not who you are. Like I'm me being me. I'm Big Swole. That's my personality all day, every day.
Oh, I know.
Amped up, hyped up. I'm dancing. I'm loud. I'm making fun of people. I'm saying crazy stuff.
Until I grab the mic at your wedding.
Yeah, she can body everybody.
Yes, I'm the Allison Danger calls me the old Southern Baptist grandma.
Yeah.
Like
old
that's
Southern
me.
Baptist.
Right.
Oh Lord, and he has the microphone.
Handing out pop. Bruh,
She
listen.
going, ACH, grab that microphone from him.
Yeah.
All I wanted to say was Yankees won, and I dropped the mic.
I was like, don't you get his mic to Eddie at this wedding. They're like, okay. Who's the one person that gets the mic at my wedding? All of a sudden, I'm trying to get a drink.
We're all
hear,
drunk.
yo, it's Eddie Kingston King, holla. I was like, this nigga
He
got
got
the
the
mic.
mic.
Grab
He
the
got
microphone.
The mic.
And all I said was, Yankees won, so everyone should know that, and I dropped the mic.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
I looked and said, I was like, he did it. I knew he was going to do it. I just knew it. I felt it.
I'm asking for Tupac 3 minutes into the wedding. Yeah!
Well, yo, can we have the first dance? Can the dance?
First off, the first dance is back your ass up, back that thing up by Juvenile.
Hey, I told him to make it hot. I was like,
He
look,
did, he
listen.
did, he
Like,
did.
we need to turn up instantly.
Right. I was
We
like,
need to-
forgot who
I
was-
need to go all the way up.
I forgot who it was, but it was a white boy. He looked around and I went, "Oh, you had a black wedding on. Get ready."
Oh, that's probably Chase.
Carly was
Chase
the same
Brown.
way. Carly was like, "That's what they do
This
here."
is what they do.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, don't worry.
No,
it's gonna happen in
It's gonna,
July, too."
yeah.
Right.
This is just the
The
beginning.
The turn up.
I'm like, we probably only have like 4 black people there, but
And I'm just sitting there drinking, just like, yeah. It's like this.
There's so much
Down
alcohol there.
It really was.
Bro, when I told the people.
how you put alcohol in the cupcake?
Yes, I forgot.
I just wanted a regular cupcake.
Listen.
I just wanted a regular
I
damn
didn't-
cupcake.
I
like,
had-
don't touch that.
I had
I took
non-alcoholic cupcakes because I knew you didn't drink. But see what had happened was
She got them for me. Everybody else did.
everybody else
They got
was
a different
drinker
cupcake
at my
specifically
wedding.
for me.
It's him and Carly, they don't drink. So I was like, whatever.
And I'm sitting there, come on.
Right. I go up to my friend's table and I'm like, y'all okay? They're like, yeah, we're eating these cupcakes to sober up. And I was like, did they make an announcement about it? Obviously they did.
They did not.
Maybe I should tell them. And I look at their face. I was like, how many cupcakes have you had? And she's like, oh, this is my 4th cupcake. And I'm like,
Litty.
how do I say this? She's like, what happened? I was like, girl,
Captain Liddy.
look, them cupcakes is alcoholic cupcakes. My bad. I'm so sorry. And I walked off. I was like, I couldn't even look at it in the face. I was like, the whole table was lit. They was like, why are we
I just
still...
remember they left some cupcakes and I was just like,
Bro, I devoured all the rest of the other stuff. All the food we got to take home to the,
See,
to the
I-
hotel.
I banged out around the time where like y'all got to the photo booth section. That's what me and Carly like made our exit. We're like, oh, they taking photos. We gotta go. Oh, they lit.
See,
and taking pictures.
I just remember going back home and ACH was staying with me and he went back in the house and said, I'll be right back. And I went out to another bar.
Bro.
I stood out there for like 2 hours, came home, he was like, are you alright? I was like, nah, I'll see you in the morning.
It's not a good time.
It's not. I think I went too far, I think that's like, I think I went too far.
Never go full retard, bro.
Yeah.
Never go full retard.
Never go. I am Sam. Didn't win.
So how's everything been going with Impact Wrestling since we
It's been good, man. Like we did the last tapings. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the future holds.
No.
You know what I mean? No. And you know what? I have no complaints because the last time I left wasn't on my own terms. So if nothing happens for us future wise, I can honestly say I went out again my way in our terms. So I have no regrets about it. I think a lot of people. Oh, thanks for asking me. That's cool. But I think
some Checkers fries.
Yeah.
I ain't asked to.
Yeah!
Well, everybody loves Checker fries.
Come on.
If you ain't had no Checkers or no rallies,
Give me something from the bottom of the bag.
Right. Give me the 2 crispy ones on the left
Those
edge.
are the best ones.
Y'all niggas.
I ain't gonna beat too many more.
They
They
should have never gave you niggas checkers.
Yeah, way too many. I just think what a lot of young guys don't get to when it comes to a TV product.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are in the ring or how great you look, or it actually does, and to get your foot in.
But yeah.
But after that, if the writers don't have anything for you, or if there's nothing for you in particular, you're not gonna get on. So you could be the greatest thing in the world. You know what I mean? You could be like the new Ric Flair or Bret Hart or Hulk Hogan or whatever. If they don't have nothing for you,
You can be like
you're gonna be. They're gonna be like, yo, we really don't have nothing. Yeah, we really have nothing for you. So, I think a lot of guys don't get that when it comes to TV wrestling. You know what I
Is
mean?
it easier
Yeah.
to pitch
Is
like
he-
your ideas?
I actually.
Me?
I think today. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. My ideas, like, now it's easier for me to pitch my ideas because there's the writing staff or the office, if you want to call it Impact now, are much more receptive to people like me, if we can put it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Way more receptive.
Yeah, and they understand where I'm coming from and what my ideas. And the biggest compliment I got was from Conan when we were laying out this whole story that we were doing. And then at the end, I was like, yeah, then you guys beat the fuck out of me and da-da-da-da. And I was like, that's all I care about because I'll be the reaction that he goes, oh, that's because you're not a mark. And I was like, yeah, because that's what the story is.
Right.
And then, like, when he said that, I took it as a compliment. But then I kind of thought to myself, why doesn't everyone, aren't we supposed to
All be marked?
think like that?
No.
Aren't we
some
all
people-
supposed to think like, okay, so the bad guy's up, but at the end, the bad guy gets it up his ass. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
gets, you know what I mean?
Because
Because that's what a movie does. That's what.
Well, people look for
all
the
great
benefit.
storytelling
People look
does.
for the benefit for them at the moment. They don't look for the long term, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pay off at the long term.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people just look for that quick payout, and that's what I feel like I see that with every industry, not
It's
just
supposed to be
wrestling.
long term, but usually everybody always just remembers the last thing you've done.
Yeah, you're only as good as your last
Last-
product.
Well, that's life in general, I believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know, man. Like I grew up a wrestling fan. We all did, but I also grew up like loving like Macbeth. Side note: I failed everything one year in high school. I forgot
All of
what.
them.
Oh, every year I failed.
straight.
But
Straight
I didn't. One year I didn't fail Shakespeare class, English class,
Mm.
and we just did Shakespeare the whole year. And my father just looked at me and was like, "You failed religion, but you passed Shakespeare. All you have to do is say God is great."
I'm a sensitive soul.
Yeah. Aren't you Catholic? And I was like, yeah.
10 Commandments,
But like,
motherfucker.
yeah, God is good. That's all you gotta do is write that constantly. Anyway, we'll get into more of my father's stories because I know you like them. But
I love them.
my thing is like, I look at movies. I love movies. I love stories. You know what I mean? That's why I love comic books. That's why I love all this stuff. But like, one of my favorite all-time movies is Rocky. You know what I mean? Now imagine, especially Rocky 2. You know what I mean? Well, 2 to me, I know you like 3. I love 3 because of Mr. T as well. You know what I mean? Hey, woman! You know. But my thing with Rocky 2 was it was an extension of Rocky 1. It was like the long game. You know what I mean? The long story. Now imagine if the guy playing Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers, right, was like, you know what, Stallone, I don't feel like doing the job at the end of the movie, so I'm not.
Bruh.
But you know what I mean? Now you put that in wrestling way, you're like, wait a minute. We just put you over in the first movie so we can make more money on the second movie. And now you tell me you're not going to put me over? Like, you know what I mean? That's the way I look at wrestling. It's kind of like, oh, now you're going to...
Well, acting has a union.
Well, yeah. but I mean, storytelling wise, yeah. Storytelling wise, though, like, imagine that.
Right.
You know, and that's the way I look at wrestling is like, storytelling wise, I'm the bad guy, I'm the heel. You know what I mean? I have to sooner or later show ass and lose and have the good guy win so we can have a nice, heartfelt
Man,
kind of
there's
moment.
so much that I could just say on that little part, but I can't keep my mouth shut.
I see, this is
That-
part of the game,
that's-
folks.
I
This
know
is
that's
part of the game.
part of the game right there, but just know that this has happened.
Yeah,
Several
recently.
times.
And yeah.
This is
build
part of the
a
game.
build a fantasy scenario if you could,
Okay.
on how you could paint the picture for the audience. I should say.
On how it happened?
Yeah, on the experience, if you could make it like, oh, if Susie didn't want to lose to Bethany, or
Right.
some
Well,
type of shit.
yeah. So if wrestler A has been up, and then now wrestler B's, C and D come along, and now it's their time, but wrestler A doesn't want to give up that top spot. It doesn't want to do the job, just because they've been scratching A's back this whole entire time to build him up, build up A, and now it's A's chance, and they don't want to do it.
You mean A or A double?
Either way, A leaves.
Yo, come on, man. Why you interrupting, Des?
Yeah, Tez.
You go to Japan once, you think you that?
Right, you get your hair cut.
Hey, can I tell you something?
now
I
you
did
think-
that in
Oh my God.
2011.
Really? Why you cut it?
And there's a penis in the shot of my.
If y'all got X-ray vision.
Is that
Oh.
what it's called? A penis? You finally got a haircut, though. I
Wait a
respect
minute.
that.
Wait a
I respect that because every time I seen you, you look
Haircut.
kind of messed up, man.
Huh?
You look kind of messed up a little bit. Your hair.
He got his hair cut.
Rough
Look at him,
times,
boy.
man.
It's
Rough
smooth.
times, daddy.
Rough
Look
times.
at him,
times,
boy.
daddy.
It's smooth.
Scragglies.
Well, I'm happy to see you anyway.
Shout out to Trey Miguel.
Shout out Trey Miguel.
I can't give him a
Look,
shout out. Yo,
him-
he told me
him-
some wild stuff about the messages he
Turn
gets
me down, bruh.
because he's dating that girl.
Oh yeah.
Yo, it is
A lot of people
wild.
hate him.
It's good for him though.
A lot of
man.
people
Wait,
hate
what
him.
girl is he dating?
Alicia Tout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn,
They
Oh,
look-
good for him.
You know, it is good for him, but the hate,
Good for him.
the hate he gets. He told me some of the stuff. I said, "There's no way that really."
Shout out
happened.
Trey Miguel in
Shout out
his
Trey
relationship
Miguel.
with Miss Alicia Tout.
Gang, gang.
He killed
Now-
it at Fest with
of course.
Dez and Darius Lockhart.
That was Myron Reed.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Light skinned people all look alike.
Racism.
She's racist to the waffle skin color.
No, wow.
You can't tell me they look alike.
They don't.
They all look like DJ Envy.
Yeah, they all look like butterscotch fucking candies to me. Like butterscotch candies in a Werther's bag. Werther's
Trey
original.
Miguel looks like Ricochet, and
Ooh.
Myron is pretty much small
Chris
Fox.
Brown.
He's Fox.
Okay,
He's
well,
Chris
see
Brown,
what?
but he's
Okay,
Fox.
well, I just met Myron this past weekend.
Nice kid, good
Yeah,
kid.
and it's just I look at him. Okay, he's light skinned. I just can't remember any of his.
Does he wear
facial
anything else but like
Beige.
shoes?
Did he have beige?
He's the
rings?
one with the colored hair, right?
Yeah, it looks like Chris Brown a little bit
Right.
with the color. hair.
He's
He
the
look
color.
like Chris Brown because he likes
drip.
He's the color. He's the colored with the color.
The color
There
with
you
the
go.
color
He has
that
beige
kind of
rings.
looks like Chris Brown, but not really.
He does.
Look like Chris Brown. It'd be
Talk
just
about
like
Myron.
Myron?
be like
Yeah.
Daz over here. They say
Yeah.
Daz look like Ricochet.
No, that's
but
Trey.
he
Trey
don't.
looks
That's
like
Trey.
Ricochet.
Trey
No.
looks like Ricochet.
Trey looks
I've
like
heard that
Ricochet.
people say that Daz looks like
There
Ricochet.
was
That's
a
just
time, there was
racist
a time
stuff.
period. There was a time period where I did look like Ricochet.
Yeah, no, he just did all his moves, which I didn't understand.
That is what
I remember,
We all
I
have.
remember yelling at
That
you
is
about. I've never done one Ricochet move. Can I do it?
I don't want
on
you
a
to.
good day. On a good day,
I don't want you to ever do it.
I can do a
No.
6:30. Not at all.
That's
You can
not
do
very
no.
fine.
You can do a
That is
6.30.
a
Zero,
Right.
zero on my head.
Just that over rotation.
I can tell you when it's 6:30.
Spike.
Bam.
Look, I'm like, oh, it's 6:30.
I gotta eat my dinner at 6:30.
Right.
Yeah.
about
I
it.
woke up from a nap around 6:30.
Exactly.
And now my
6:30.
night is fine.
Yeah, now you can go back to
I got
bed.
$6.30 in my wallet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, but no, Myron's good. I forgot where we were going. Anyway, yeah, but that's the whole point of the story.
Swerve.
Is that Swerve?
Swerve.
That's the whole point of the story to me. You know what I mean? Same thing with like, what drives me nuts too is that like people can say stuff about wrestling, but the people who say stuff about wrestling like, oh, it's fake and this and that, right? Are the same people that will go to a Marvel movie and cry
Bruh.
at the end of the Avengers.
That's-
But you know what I'm
That's
saying?
really big real.
But you know what I mean? It's the same thing basically, man. It's storytelling. You know what I mean? Like I went to see the Infinity War 3 times in the movie theater.
Love that movie.
I love it.
I need to
But
see it
like,
a second time.
The 3 times
you
I
haven't seen
went,
that, go see.
the 3 times if you didn't see it, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You're an asshole. You an asshole.
You're not. You shouldn't
Watch
be part of
Watch
society.
it on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Prime.
But
It's on Netflix now.
Is it?
is it?
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh no, Black Panther is.
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
But
That's how long this year's been. Black Panther came out this year.
Yeah.
It's been a long year.
I went there 3 times, and all 3 times people were crying and screaming when Spider-Man was
Oh yeah.
turning into.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good. I don't want that.
I don't want to. And I'm like,
Right.
first time I seen it, I went, "Oh, what?"
And I'm sitting there like, kill that motherfucker. No, because I like the other
That's
Spider-Man more.
No, me and you had problems about. We talked about that one time.
We
The
did.
long car van ride, whatever.
car van ride.
Car van ride. There you go.
It flew too.
Caravan. There you go.
The Oregon Trail.
Yeah, to LaSalle. It feels like an Oregon Trail going to
Oh
LaSalle,
my
Illinois.
Jesus.
The worst is coming home from that, and we're all in the car like this.
Tight and fucking.
And then there's Moose in
Cramped.
the background. Yo, can we get burritos? No, Moose. We're going back to the hotel.
Do you see
Why would
burritos anywhere?
Anywhere.
When everybody
this car.
does a moose impersonation, they always put their tongue.
Think about why. Think
I
about
know,
why.
but we don't have to put the tongue there.
No, we have to because then people won't know who we're talking about. Unless
It's
we do that.
automatic.
The visual has to match the audio. That's all I must say.
Dude, I should be world champ. Yes, you should.
Yes, you could.
Yes, you should.
Yes, you could. Not in that outfit, but yes, you can.
Nah, I'm happy for him. He's actually found himself a little bit. You know what I mean? He's having fun being a heel. You know what I mean? He's added some personality to himself.
Yeah.
Yo, Dr. Keith wants to know your opinion on thick women.
Oh, all right. So check it out.
Oh, he has a theory.
No, it's not a theory. It's that. So
So it's a
I'm
fact.
part of a group in AAW, and we're all kind of clowning or whatever. And you know, I've always got to be serious at Kingston. So one day I just grabbed the mic, and it is true. I was like, "Yo, where my thick Asian Latin women at?" and the
That's
crowd went nuts.
That's a hard subcategory to find.
Yeah.
But see,
What you think?
Those are my. So I'm looking for my unicorn. I'm looking for my thick Asian / Latin woman combined into one. That's my unicorn. And I think I found her, but she won't answer me on Instagram. And I can't be sliding in the DMs like a savage, you know what I mean? But like, I think she lives in Atlanta, so anytime I'm wrestling in Atlanta, I'll tag her in it and be like, yo, come on, please go. What's her name? Nikki Hughes or something like that? She on Instagram.
And Nikki,
I might find this woman.
Yeah.
Just to be
it's
like,
just
give some to Eddie Kingston.
Not some, I just want to go out to dinner.
Just give time.
I just want to go out to dinner. I'm
I
a
didn't say
respectful
what that
man.
some was.
Exactly,
I just
we was
said
thinking
some
time.
attention.
Yeah, that's all I want. But anyway, I said that, and the fans started going nuts, like, Eddie. And I was like, oh man, what the fuck? So then ever since then, every promo we do as a group, they're like, yo, you gotta do it. You gotta do it now. And then the rest of the group yells at me like, yo, Eddie, stop. Be serious. I'm like, oh, yeah.
You can shoot.
And then once the mic, like, once
Because
they put
heels
the
can't
mic-
have a personality.
Once they put the mic
Yeah,
down,
be serious.
once they put the mic down, I'll grab it. Like, yo, where y'all at? Nah.
No,
Like, I'll take a thick Asian, and I'll take a thick Latina, but my unicorn
it's a
is
combination.
the combination of both. You know what I mean?
Where do you find such a thing?
In
What
my-
part of the country?
In
is
my
that?
imagination.
Yeah. What would be your perfect combination? Which?
First, all right. Are we
Filipino
going
and
looks?
Dominican?
Are we looking looks on any type of Hispanic, any type of Asian together, and or even separate, but they have to be, you know, not heavy, thick, busty, something I can grab. You know what I mean? And then
And hold
also
on to.
and just snuggle with.
And snuggle.
Yeah, there's no.
Yes.
That's it. Everything else is innocent. Just
You
snuggle.
sound like you made a Beanie Baby.
Yeah. But also, you know, that's just looks. Other than that, I need a teammate. I need someone to understand me and my madness, because it ain't always good. You know what I mean? All depends on the day. I'll wake up and go,
Well, all the
today's a
nationalities.
bad one.
All the nationalities you're mixed with.
I'm
combined
Irish and Puerto Rican. My dad's Irish.
mixed
my
with
mom's
the,
Puerto Rican.
Mixed with the nationalities of whatever you concocted over here.
Yeah, would be rough.
That sounds like
That
you're
kid's
making-
shot.
A pretty baby.
That
I don't know about pretty, but that baby is shot. That's.
all I know is
I want to talk about a chemical imbalance right away. I'm gonna get that kid on Zoloft like
That
that.
baby ain't gonna know what it's supposed to
That
do.
baby's gonna come out and
chemical
go,
imbalance
doing
as
this?
hell.
He's gonna walk out like, look, I'm black.
Yeah.
If
The
you
best-
mix it all together,
If you
it's
met, I'm a
black.
skunk.
So, y'all see anybody see Venom?
I did.
Yes.
I didn't see it.
All right, then I guess
chose
we
not
can't
to.
talk about it.
Y'all can talk about it. I'll sit and listen.
Why did you choose not to? I want to know that.
First off, I don't want to see a Venom movie without Spider-Man in it.
Okay, I
Okay,
can respect
logic.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to have both. You
Right.
can't do one without. You can't do it. Like,
Well, this movie kind of proved you could.
I heard bad.
No.
No. Sai says no.
No.
Sai says
You
nigga,
really
no.
thought it was that bad?
It wasn't
See, you know
that
why?
bad,
You know why you
man.
thought it was bad? Because you went in thinking.
It wasn't that bad.
You know what I mean? You had high expectations, didn't you? No.
Shout out to Teasy. Monteasy.
No.
miss you, man.
TZ. No, I went in with no expectations.
TZ, don't see Venom.
I went in with no
you hear this,
expectations.
if you
I
listen
like
to
Tom
Venom.
Hardy. At the end of the movie, I went.
What
It
y'all think
wasn't.
of Venom?
It wasn't good,
It's good.
but it was fun.
It was fun. It was a fun movie.
That's where I look at it. It wasn't like, oh man, it's.
You know what's
it's on the
fun?
level
You know
of Marvel.
what's also fun but not good? Bad prostitutes. But you shouldn't mess with them. You shouldn't go see them.
How
You
you
shouldn't
gonna
deal with
compare
them.
Venom to prostitutes though?
Because you
That's-
got fucked watching that movie.
I'm
Nah,
just
man, I
saying.
didn't pay for the ticket. Davey
Can
Baker did.
I just say like my
Yeah.
favorite part
Oh
Wow.
no.
at the end? Venom, no! Goodbye, Eddie.
But, yeah, bruh. Yes.
Can I tell you
What?
something? I started laughing. I laughed at that part, and I went, okay, now we're just at the ridiculous part.
I feel like the whole concept of Venom is without
wasn't-
Spider-Man is ridiculous to me.
I wasn't expecting
They
Woody
made money.
Harrelson though.
Oh,
At the end.
With the bad wig.
Yeah, bruh. I was like, who was this?
I looked at that wig, I went,
Sean White / Carrot Top.
oh, I was like, what are they
okay,
doing?
so what? Now I feel like Marvel's just in its zone right now. Whatever they put out is going to sell. But I heard this one sold like it's probably like the highest grossing movie that ever come out in October, the month of October.
Well, that's also October, but also it drew enough to get a sequel. That they were
There's
planning
another
on it.
one?
But what happened was
Can they put Scream in the next one?
they wanted to do, I don't know, they wanted to do
The other Venom?
a trilogy with all the Venom symbiotes.
Yeah,
Symbiote,
like
whatever.
I want to
They
see
said
Scream.
Venom
Scream
was
is-
good. Just don't compare it to the Avengers.
You can't compare it at all.
You can't compare it.
To me, if you want to go see a good, fun movie, like, you can't take it seriously.
You can't.
You watch Venom.
So what's
To me, Tom Hardy was the best part of the whole movie. Because Tom Hardy played Eddie Brock perfectly, I thought. Because if you read the comics, Eddie Brock's fucking out of his mind anyway. You know what I mean?
Tom Hardy is fine.
Can I say another line?
Spy wants to say another. Spy wants to speak.
Go ahead.
Oh, my leg was broken, but now it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That part took me out. I was like, who wrote
See,
this?
it took y'all out.
Truth be told, in the Marvel movies, there's a lot of corny lines.
Yeah, but see, that
we
took
kind of
y'all
wave
out.
over it
That-
because it's superhero
It's not
films.
that bad.
That took y'all out, but to me, I just started laughing. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
You're
I was
right.
laughing.
Now it's not.
I was
You're
laughing.
right.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I like to go on YouTube and watch the little fans made videos critiquing like who was the best Spider-Man, who was the best Spider-Man movie, which had
Dude,
the
I'm
best
so bad at
Spider-Man.
that. I'll get in a hole and just be on like a million.
You'll just keep clicking
Next,
link.
next. Yeah.
That's what I do at airports all the time. I'm just clicking.
See, that's you at airports. At least you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
I gotta get up in the morning. Like I'll get up like 7:30 in the morning to go to the gym. If I don't just have my coffee and my pre-workout and leave, if I get on YouTube, I'm stuck. I'll be stuck for days, and I'll be like, oh man, it's 12:30 and I didn't go to the gym yet.
It's the Swerve City Podcast. That's what it is.
Somebody said that they
With Shane Strickland.
they did the. They like Tom Hardy in the movie, but
Yeah.
he played the character very weirdly.
Well, to me, Eddie Brock's supposed to be weird. You know what I mean? In certain comics, if you read it,
Yeah, wasn't he like?
In certain
he's
comics,
like
he's
a weirdo
weird.
of his
Not till
species. He's the like the.
you know, even before the Venom.
Not
He's
till
the
he-
lame-o. He was.
Of
no, I'm
his
sorry.
species, he's human.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about Venom.
Venom.
Venom was the
Yeah.
weirdo.
Ve-
That's what I'm sorry. I went over
Well,
to
so
Venom.
was
so
Tom
never mind.
Hardy? Did they make Tom Hardy the creeper before he got the symbiote?
No. Tom
No.
Hardy was they made him. The
Well, okay,
journalist.
break
He's
it
a
down.
journalist,
Well,
yeah.
that's what he.
It was
That was
like
like-
hot
but-
shit.
So he was hot shit, got fired,
the
got
fall
caught
from
up.
grace.
Yeah.
Fall from grace, and then
Okay.
And then the Venom
So-
symbiote or symbiote, whatever, I don't know,
Symbiote?
something like that.
And then that's another reason why I don't want to watch it. They mispronounced symbiote.
Actually, it's the other way they announce it. It's
Symbiote.
actually scientifically correct. That's what
I don't want
someone told me.
science. I want.
I don't want science. I want comic book.
I want comic books.
Either way, I think the consensus for females is the only reason why they went to go watch it is because Tom Hardy's in it. 'Cause
First off, I've been called I look like Tom Hardy a little bit. I don't know. Yeah,
he got it. It's all in here.
Well,
It's
I'll
all
tell
in
you-
here.
tracks.
I'll tell you
It's
one
all
thing.
in
my
here.
tracks.
I'm just saying, he got an upper lip and a bottom lip, and that's rare.
He mixed with Native American something.
He got full lips.
For an
Look at
Englishman,
them.
Right, full lips.
white man lips.
white,
White man. lips.
white.
I'll tell you one thing.
Got them
There was
super
no
coolers.
way Carly was ever going to let us two go watch Venom, so we went and seen Halloween.
How was Halloween?
Halloween was dope.
I'll wait.
Halloween-
I'll wait for it to come out in the
Halloween had a real. There's nothing for me to really critique except Jamie Lee Curtis really looks like a wild woman in this movie. Which
Isn't that the point?
Shout out
That's what-
Jamie
that's
Lee
what
Curtis.
I like.
The one,
That's what I liked about
the
it.
one Caucasian lady I know that looks good in every single stage of her life.
Yeah.
Activia does wonders.
True Lies, Jamie Lee Curtis can.
Whoa, but listen.
See, I
when
couldn't-
she had the black on and she was doing the
See, but
dance,
that's
I
you
was like,
guys. That's not me. I
Listen.
couldn't get into it. I thought she was beautiful, but I was like,
beautiful.
No, she did. She looked good for that role.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, before I was like, I can't really see. Wait a minute.
Right. She played the two extremes. I was like,
see, she's not a typical white woman though. She don't age like milk, like most white women. do. I'm not being an
I
asshole.
wasn't trying to
It's just
laugh,
the
but
truth.
it just came
Yeah.
out.
Black women age gracefully. Asian women age gracefully. Latin women hit like a certain age, and then out of nowhere they become looking like your mother or your elite. Like, right? Am I right?
I heard
It's
they
not
get
a
muffin top.
yeah. It's not like
yeah,
a
they
slow
get the-
progression. It's hot. One day, bam! You look an old lady. I don't know. That's the thing with Latin women. I don't know. But white women, 9 out of 10 times, unless you're in Hollywood, straight like milk.
Well,
I'm still waiting for Jennifer Lopez. I'm still
never
waiting for
mind.
Jennifer Lopez to hit that Latin part where all of a sudden she looks like an Olita and everyone's like, what happened?
I was talking about Halloween,
But there you go with me saying how women are beautiful and then I
was
go, but then they
talking
age
about
like
the
milk.
Halloween movie.
Right.
It's my duality, folks. I am a man. I don't mean
What I liked about the Halloween film is that the fact that the white women stayed.
They didn't age.
They didn't age.
They didn't age in
The
the
white
movie.
women stayed very well and graceful But yeah, but it had a lot of vintage to it. Like, you know, there was.
I just got curd milk in my mind. I'm sorry.
She's just like,
You're thinking about your white friends right now.
I
Oh no! One day.
Looking at thinking about chunky cottage cheese milk.
You ever just sit down and thank the Lord? Thank you, Lord, for what you did for me.
See, I'm messed up. I'm Irish and Puerto Rican. I don't know what I'm getting, but sooner or later I'm hitting a rock. I'm hitting a wall. It's going down. That's all I know.
I'm not going to see. There's going to be a point I'm not going to see Eddie for a very, very long time, and I'm going to walk in like, "Hey, Eddie, whoa,
wow, you aged horribly,
brother.
What happened,
brother."
I'm like, you know what happened? I had a tough paper route.
Your face look like a bad pancake.
Told you drinking all that Mad Dog 2020.
Told you stop drinking those Colt 45s.
Right.
But Billy D said it was smooth.
Bruh,
You weren't lying to me.
I'm drinking old style and shit.
OD? Sitting on the corner drinking OD.
Your livers is crumbling.
What's the upcoming Marvel movies coming out?
Miss Marvel. I know it's coming out.
Captain
Marvel.
Captain Marvel, I'm sorry.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
I'm super excited for it because I love the character.
Yo, you know more about it.
Yeah, I love the character, so I'm super excited. And they have like a little twist to it. It's not going to be the direct origins, like in the comic book.
Just in the genre of superheroes, Shazam.
That looks a little weird to me.
I hope it's funny because
DC
needs something.
I mean, the TV shows are great, but they need something on
the movie.
The movie.
I know Aquaman comes out in December.
Yeah, that's like the only DC Marvel release.
Now again, like I seen the trailers and I'm like, it looks fun. Hopefully they keep it in that fun tone. Because
Let's be honest. This is gonna be the one movie where the females drag the men because they want to see Jason Momoa wet in like a shirt or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't want to.
Let's just be honest.
I don't want to. I'm
just going because I want to see how they do Aquaman. That has nothing to do with Jason Momoa. And who's the girl that you know what I mean?
And Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Isn't that's after Infinity
and
War?
Guardians.
Guardians got pushed back.
Guardians,
that's oh, they scrapped it or they pushed it back?
I think they just pushed it back.
They pushed it
because of James Gunn, right?
I'll tell you one thing. Now that he might be doing Suicide Squad, I'll watch that.
I
will go see that.
That first one was so bad.
Awful. So bad.
And Will Smith was just Will Smith. He wasn't Deadshot.
Will Smith was Hancock.
He was Hancock. It was the guy from Bel Air.
Here's something I pointed out on Suicide Squad. I don't think like that actually got put up in the Cinema Sins thing. I was like, oh, so I wasn't the only one thinking this. I'm crazy.
Cinema Sins, I love that.
Hysterical, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay. There's the part where in the beginning of the movie, they're figuring out how she's throwing the files down of the files of Captain Boomerang and this person and this person. We have this person, this criminal, all these criminal records. They're like, how did you get him? Oh, we called him a favor. So Flash swooped up and got Captain Boomerang. Oh, okay, that's how he's locked up in jail in the prison. Cool. Then they go, okay, Deadshot. Oh man, he racked up a lot of kills. How did you end up getting him? Oh, we called him another favor. Batman swoops down.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this. What's the villain's name? What's the villain's name? The bitch in the movie, from Suicide Squad. What's the name?
Moon.
The Enchantress.
Enchantress. Moon was a legit name, whatever.
Right. Yeah. But Enchantress was okay. So that's the problem. That's what we need to figure out, right? Why not call the Justice League when you just called on favors to get the villains? I feel like that's the whole why would
because they had to save the Justice League for their own movie. No. For their own
convenience.
For their own bad movie, which was ridiculous, which broke my heart. I'm a big DC.
Shout out to Renee Michelle. What's up, girl?
I'm a big DC comic book fan. I just read DC. If Marvel has an event or something, I'll read Marvel. Even though big shout out to Epic Comics, I'm months behind. I gotta go Wednesday to pick up maybe $200 worth of comics. That's how far behind I am. Being on the road and stuff.
Right.
But that's all I read. So when I see DC coming out with movies, I'm just like, please be good, please. I've lost. Wonder Woman messed with me because it was so good that I was like, all right, they're back on track.
Justice League might got a chance.
And then Justice League came out.
Trash.
And I'm like, why, God? Why?
I didn't. Now here's the thing.
Lady had to come in and save their asses. I was
I will say Justice League was better than Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
It's not saying much.
It's not. You know what's crazy? He always biggers with me about this. He's like, "Oh yeah, it was a great movie." I was like, "No, if I fall asleep in a movie theater, I fell asleep." I was like,
watching Justice League?
Watching Batman vs Superman.
You know, I almost left.
And he just like, "Oh, it was so good." Like, no.
And the girl I was dating at the time hates comic book movies. Saw me getting ready to get up. She goes, "Come on, you paid to see it." And I was like, "All right." And I just stood there like, "This is ridiculous."
Utter garbage.
I'm not making Kingston stay nowhere. If it's not, if it ain't keeping his attention by your girl.
Well, I was in love, so you know what I mean? It was all right.
Leave it to love to keep a person to watch Justice League.
And then stay in
Love
Florida.
couldn't even do that for me. Like, bye.
And then stay in Florida.
Florida's not that bad.
No, it's actually Florida's actually very
Are we
good
continuing on the Florida?
No. I gotta give.
Are we going down that pipeline?
Straight side note. I gotta give Florida credit because when I'm here in Florida, I don't drink as much. I don't eat bad. I go to ATT East Orlando and train. I go to the gym every day. Like, I lose weight here, but once I get back in New York, because it's home, I'm with my old friends. We drinking. We going to City Lights. Big shout out to City Lights in Yonkers. Here, we're going out there. We eating bad. We getting pizza, Chinese food. You know what I mean? It's
right.
And no offense to my peoples out there, they got their life set. You know what I mean? They got their jobs, their house, or their apartment. Me, you know, I bought a home. I'm a homeowner, but my life's not set. You know what I mean? I'm still doing this, even though I wanted to leave in January, but I can't now because of a certain friend that we can't say right now is moving in with me, and he's making me keep on going. But like, you know what I mean? I got one more year because I'm not satisfied.
He said, "I'm not giving up on you."
No, he told me straight up. He's like, "Hey man, can I move in with you?" Blah blah. I was like, "Yeah, sure, brother. You know, but I'm planning on leaving in January if things don't pick up. You know what I mean? So you may be in the house by yourself." He's like, "You can't quit because I have to." And I was like, "Damn it, he's right. I can't just leave him alone." Man.
Damn it.
See?
So that's me also being a good friend. So I hate my life. No, I don't.
But you're a homeowner though.
Which is weird. Like everyone says, "Oh, but didn't your mother sign off for you?" I was like, "Yeah, but my name's first, no?" When it comes right down to it,
Right, first.
it's my name, then my mother down here. You know what I mean? And I would have never thought I would have a home in Florida, let alone, you know what I mean, anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, and after a certain thing happened, it took me a very long time to wake up in that house and be like, "Oh, it's mine." You know what I mean? It took me a very long time. But you know, I like to tell people I chased my demons in New York for a little bit. So in other words, drank a lot of whiskey. Didn't get in trouble, thank God, but drank way too much whiskey, and then I came home and I was like, okay, it's out of my system. You know, that's the Irish in me. Not to put it. The Irish in me goes, "Oh, there's a problem. Let me have a couple of shots and I'll make you feel better. Let's numb it as best I can." So that's the Irish in me. Did it get weird?
Green Lantern Corpse movie.
That's supposed to come out late.
I can't say I'm uncomfortable, but
I don't know. It just got real quiet real quick, man. Can I live? Can I talk about my life?
Live your life.
Live your life, bro.
Best
Hashtag best life.
Best
Someone
life.
tag Zeta in this, so we can just make fun of her the whole time. Why is my phone saying I only have 5 seconds remaining on this live?
because we about to run the limit of the Instagram live feed, which is fine, which makes y'all have to go watch it on the Pivot Share.
That's what it is?
Yeah, that's the only way you can see this content from here on out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That happens? I didn't know that. And
Welcome
the last
to
thing,
2018, Mr.
and the last thing out of my video chat was getting personal. That's not a good way to end it. No.
Well, if they want to see more, they gotta go to the Pivot.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
you gotta go to the Pivot Share.
Speaking of which, it brings me to more sponsorships. Look at what Miss Ariel Monroe's wearing. That is collar and elbow sponsor
Yeah.
gear right there, merchandise where you can get a shirt like this and another shirt that size where you can't really see right now.
Bam.
Okay.
Bam!
Bow. You can get that.
Get that shirt.
And
Oh, you still have your thing going though.
Yeah.
It's gonna run out.
Yep.
In a minute.
You can get that one and plenty more other merchandise just like it with t-shirts, shorts, and a plethora of different items.
You got like
at
26.
Yeah, collar and elbow. Send me
and
some shorts.
elbowbrand.com. Collar and elbowbrand.com. Follow them on Twitter and other social media outlets. Collar x elbow. Collar.
Now, do we usually end the show when the Instagram live ends?
No, we keep going.
Oh, we keep going. All right, cool.
We keep it riding.
It's about to end,
We
so
keep it riding.
gotta go to the Pivot Share.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Revolver.
We're still
Rainbow City
going.
Callahan as well.
Yeah, Revolve. I'm supposed to do one of their shows. I don't know something.
You'll have a good time with them, man, because they help sponsor our event. We supposed to be doing the live a live podcast with them very soon.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Who you gonna have on there?
Whoever shows up.
That's being
I don't have a guest.
That's being a pro, brother.
Yeah, you gotta literally go to the show, come watch it, the event, and see who shows up on our podcast.
Oh.
That's the only way you're gonna see. And who knows? You might see champions there. You might see people that are signed. You might see people who are not signed. You might see people that are fired. Who knows? But yeah, you can follow Pro Wrestling Revolver on Instagram and Twitter at PW Revolver. So check that out. Man, what else?
What else?
What else happened? This is like what's the date? October 29th?
Is it?
October 29th.
Tomorrow's Halloween?
Is it tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Where do people go people just went trick or treating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or have their parties and stuff.
I seen the parties.
past
I seen
weekend.
the yeah. So what do adults do on Halloween anymore? Besides, we don't trick or treat. We just party.
Yeah.
We just dress in ways that it's okay to be either a slut or be really shitty this, really shitty that, really shitty this. Like I feel like that's the way where it's the time. That's the only time where it's to really dress into like the persona we really want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So you mean the women who dress up as whatever maids? See, I'm trying to watch my mouth.
Maids.
Something before
Like
it.
a guy can be a nun.
So you trying to tell me the guy inside wants to be a nun?
Or maybe he just wants to get with a nun.
Something in
Something
that
about the
connection.
nun.
There's a connection there somewhere.
There's always a connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I dressed up. I didn't dress up a lot as a kid. I dressed up as Ultimate Warrior one year. That was it. That's what I remember.
See, said it now. We did SWAT one year, like matching the SWAT team.
Oh.
Only because he swears I'm like I was a spy in like the military.
In your past life, probably.
Who knows?
Who knows? Or just recently. The way you're looking at me, I wish we had the live on now. The way you're looking at me right now.
Who knows?
Yeah, Jesus, she about to lock me up.
I'm looking on seeing what's going on basketball wise. Apparently, Golden State Warriors had 92 points in the first half.
Of course they did.
Listen.
Can we just call
Linda.
it? Can we?
Yeah, can we just call the finals already?
Already, yeah.
Klay Thompson's 10 for 14 from the 3-point line.
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
I gotta.
You remember
like,
when
this
you
is
were
just,
younger and you had a thing called getting skunked out? Yeah.
Skunk.
You reach a certain point limit. It's skunk. Let's
21
call it
Let's
right.
go
skunk.
Skunk. It's skunk.
I'm like, this can't be true, so I'm checking to see if this actually is going
look
on.
at that score.
See, I gotta give LeBron James this credit, though.
Klay Thompson
At least he went to the West.
Klay Thompson just hit 14 threes.
Of course he did. But yeah,
Klay Thompson just broke the record for threes.
Of course he did.
He broke Steph Curry's record, his own teammate. Which Steph Curry broke that record like 4 times.
And he's gonna break it tomorrow night. Watch when they play.
So they were like, oh, so I feel like Steve Kerr's always like, I feel like Steve Kerr always after every game or whatever, just they come up to him like, oh, so you let Steph Curry get the green light, huh?
Yeah. Well,
When's
when
gonna
it's
be
my
my
turn?
time? And then so tonight was like, it's
His
the
time.
Bulls.
It's the book guy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Clay.
Remember when the Bulls were good?
No.
No. I'm old. I'm 37.
I
so
remember when the Bulls were good.
I remember hating Michael Jordan until he retired. Like retired. Like, actually
Retired.
left.
Not
It's
coming
been
back
so
to
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
I remember hating Scottie Pippen. I remember hating Cartway. Who else? Luke Longley. I remember him.
How do you hate Luke Longley?
Because he just played for I was a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
And the only time we made it to the finals was when Jordan was gone that one year. And then what it starts to do, went like over 27, like game 5 or something against the Rockets. And of course we lost.
Do you think
Even
fans,
though now I have a Starks throwback jersey and Patrick Ewing because the Knicks are that bad that I miss them.
do you think fans love basketball more or follow this more because the Golden State Warriors are such good juggernauts? Or do you think, because I think
I don't think it really matters because the Bulls were juggernauts back in the day, and
right.
the NBA
and that's when the NBA was on a high, right?
was it at its highest?
Well, right now it's not as high.
oh, right now it is? Okay.
But, and I think that's because these juggernaut teams.
Yeah, there's always been juggernauts. Remember that year that the Sixers and the Lakers just always went?
No, because
The Sixers were just always like.
That was all because of Iverson, though.
Iverson, yeah,
that wasn't
oh,
a juggernaut team because they weren't winning shit.
But Iverson was the one.
Iverson
That
was
was my
the
man.
hero, right?
That was my man, though, Iverson, because he was straight. He
I even had his
reminded me.
mixtape, the little blue one.
Yeah, he's my dude that
But
like,
for the longest-
reminded me of street dudes. I was like, oh, I know guys like him.
But
What do you want?
I don't think. But I don't think there wasn't like really big high ratings and everything when Celtics and Lakers were going back and forth.
Not in the 80s.
But when
no.
like LeBron and the Heat were in the finals, it was like, oh man, the views went high because it was the juggernaut teams. I feel
Well,
like
it's also because you had
organizations that keep them.
LeBron was like a good worker. You pay to see him win, or you pay to see him lose.
But
That's what you have.
But
Either way, you're gonna pay to see him.
You don't think they paid to see Kobe win or lose?
Not as much as LeBron, because LeBron was more of a pulverizing figure, and especially the way he left Cleveland the first time, having that press conference and making such a big deal out of it. It drew ratings, but then people were like, "Oh, F him." Blah, blah. Now, as a Knicks fan, for at least that night, I was like, "Motherfucker."
I think
because everyone, the rumor was he could have went.
I think nowadays it's more of an emotional thing. They're giving people something that they can actually feel, you know?
I feel like
people are more emotionally invested now.
I feel like people just want to see great players win. I think they want to see him play, and I want to see him win.
They do, but I also believe people always go for the underdogs. You know what I mean? Like, that's always been, speaking of Rocky, that's why people love the movie Rocky. Go ahead. What up?
Oh, wait. Okay, how much of an underdog are you talking about? Because here's the thing: nobody's going for like Milwaukee.
No, yeah.
So it's
We're
like
to me,
underdog.
Let me introduce. This is Michael.
Michael
Very
talking.
new.
Yo, what's good? Yo. What up?
Throw that social media plug out there. You know, gotta get out there.
Behind the Mic 33, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Behind the Mic. That's MIKE 33. That's it.
Well, welcome Mike to the show.
Yes, sir.
New editor of the Swerve City Podcast. Boom. Continue on, sir.
I'm just saying, what's the balance? You know,
The balance is that if you're the underdog, that there needs to be a chance of winning.
I don't think, like you said,
you gotta believe.
in this league right
You gotta
now,
believe.
whoever plays-
really it's not like 5 teams.
I'll put it to you a perfect example. When Golden State was up 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
and people started pulling for people who I know didn't like LeBron were pulling for him to make history and that team to make history. So they were the underdogs.
True.
Granted, they weren't your typical underdog team. You know what I mean? But that was going for the underdog. They were down 3-0. Was it 3-0 or 3-1?
They were down 3-1. They blew
3-1, and then they won it. You know what I mean? People were actually, I'll never forget seeing guys at the bar who I saw just a couple months prior were like, nah, man, I hate the Cavs. I hate, because it's LeBron. Then when they were down and they were coming back, they were like, oh no. They were glued to the TV watching. You know what I mean? So again, that just proves to me, no matter what, they like that underdog come from behind story. So you need dominant teams. That was the thing with the Bulls.
But
You
the Bulls
either
never
love
lost.
because they were that good.
And
You know what I
the Golden State's that good.
Well, they did lose.
Now with that, since they got KD, they have not lost.
Well, that's also KD. But again,
But that's what I'm saying. The juggernaut.
you talk about
team.
juggernaut teams. Yeah, people like it. I don't think it's hurting the game as some people thought it
A
would.
lot of people say that it's hurting the game, but I don't
think
can't
it
say
is.
that because it's like
Look at the ratings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If it was hurting the game, the ratings would have gone down. Me personally, I liked it when it was more competition because I grew up in an era where, like Jordan said it the best in the interview, I didn't play with Magic because I wanted to beat Magic. I didn't play with Larry because I wanted to beat Larry. I didn't, play with this or that.
No,
Same thing.
motherfuckers just want to win.
Yeah, but now
Now
they just want, and I don't blame them, man. It was already a precedent was already set by the Celtics with Garnett, Pierce, and Ray Allen. A lot of people forget that team. Everyone thought LeBron did it first or whatever, but that was the first super team, and ever since then it became. Yeah, and LeBron went, oh, we can do that? I want to play with my friend D Wade. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you can't hate on it. You know what I mean? Now, I say that now, but I'll probably hate on it tomorrow when the Knicks
You will
lose.
hate it, yeah.
And I'll be like, why didn't they get it? Somehow they didn't play. You know what I mean?
I
But
should be proud y'all hung with the Warriors for a minute. Y'all
yeah,
lost by 8.
look, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not in sports.
When you're against Golden State, almost is a really, really big deal.
Not my deal. Not my deal.
No?
No. Get rid of Dolan. Hashtag get rid of Dolan. There you go.
Hashtag make it happen.
Make it happen,
Who's the only other team you think rivals Golden State?
No one right now. Now, you think LeBron going to the Lakers would help, but
No.
I don't.
No.
They're not meshing right now. I think LeBron's that good that he could elevate the team, and we could be talking about them later on playing with Golden State in the playoffs later. But as of right now, as of today, no one matches with the Warriors. Nobody.
They look like somebody died. Did somebody? Oh, okay.
It's
They look
almost
like somebody that passed away.
It's almost sickening to the fact that like Kyrie being on the Celtics doesn't make them better.
I like Kyrie though.
I love me some Kyrie.
Kyrie, that dude.
I love me some Kyrie, but it's so interesting how like having Kyrie healthy, having Gordon Hayward healthy, they're kind of like
the East is weak though. If you really think about it, the East is a very weak division.
But that's that could be a juggernaut team if they gel. But I think the issue is just like they're looking at it has to be either Jason Tatum is the front runner of the team or is Kyrie.
Well, that's the point.
They can't share that.
That's the point of gelling. You know what I mean? I was talking to someone about the Yankees, and they were like, "Well, the Yankees bought their championships or whatever." I'm like, "Listen, man, the Yankees back then could have gotten all the greatest players in the world, whatever you think. If they didn't gel as a team, they wouldn't have won anything." Also, for those haters, for those haters that say that, remember all the championships they won? We had the 4 core of the teams were from the farm system. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, shout out to Darryl Strawberry.
Darryl Strawberry. Now, here we go with this. Darryl Strawberry, him and Ken Griffey Jr. had 2 of the sweetest swings I've ever seen in baseball.
They were always.
It looked like there was no effort behind it. Nothing. Just, and it went. I haven't seen anyone swing like that still.
I remember going to the Rays game, and I only went to one baseball game in my life. And the only reason why I wanted to go was they was playing the Yankees, and I knew Darryl Strawberry was going to be there. And I almost caught this foul ball.
You did?
And I was like, oh! I almost had it. But then...
Darryl! No, I didn't.
Darryl!
I avoided baseball games because it's not a real sport. No contact. I can't watch it. It bores me to death. That's how you silent a room, baby.
Damn.
Swerve.
I mean, there's contact when you push...
I'm not even going to
the glove touches...
Actually, I'm actually jealous of baseball because
I'm not gonna. Oh, that's what it is.
I'm not good. I'm not good at any sport that involves a stick with it. Golf, trash.
I just
Tennis,
don't like golf. Never liked tennis growing up.
Any sport where I have to have an extra extremity to use it, like badminton, miss every time. I'll say
I played baseball and football in high school. Like I loved it as a kid. You know what I mean? I also boxed when I was a kid because you had to. I'm half Puerto Rican. There's a picture. There's a picture.
Like a regular African.
Yeah. There's a picture. There's a picture of me and my grandfather. I had to be like 5, 6 years old, and he bought me my first pair of boxing gloves. So I was already screwed from the get-go. You know what I mean? There was no hope for me. It was, I was gonna fight regardless.
Yo, so we've had you here for over an hour now. How have we not talked hip hop and how 50 Cent has been one of the most petty rappers?
Oh, I love him. My hero. He's my hero.
One of the most petty.
I aspire to be like 50.
I want to be. I want now people
moves in
history. And people are like, well, he's still paying for the tickets and da 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 da. I said,
so, look,
do you think that money really affected
$3,000?
This generation always want to say something else about something.
Somebody,
You so sensitive. Shut up. I'm from the talk shit, get hit era. What happened to that?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this whole thing with 50. He spent $3,000. You think he didn't make that back in an hour?
I don't think he's seen it left his bank account.
Yeah.
Can we just love
wait,
it for what it
missing?
is?
What?
It's funny.
It came right back.
It's
It is
petty,
funny. Oh.
It's enjoyable. Let us
But he's also
laugh.
he's not even hating on him. He's just enjoying it. He
Right.
just did it just to be an asshole.
Just because he
laugh
can.
about it. You can't laugh about nothing in this world.
If you're Ja Rule,
you can't laugh about nothing.
If you're Ja Rule, how do you rebuttal to that?
You
What
don't.
do you do?
Ja Rule hasn't had a rebuttal
He should have
ever.
turned into a good PR
I would have got. Me personally.
got like some hospital kids or something, some teenagers.
If me personally,
Put it in the
Good
front.
grades. He got good
me
grades.
personally,
down.
if I'm Ja Rule and I know there's gonna be 200 empty front seats in my show, I'm going to pull the PR move and get a bunch of sick children with leukemia and fill them 200 and still sing some of my raunchy songs.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
It's
Who
murder.
cares? It's murder. Yep.
See, now, you know what I mean?
If they knew
Like,
what we was doing,
50 just don't want to let
Stick
it
in the
go.
mouth, foot on the clutch, rule, nigga, now give it the fuck. Yeah, I'm saying all
Now,
that shit.
everybody loved Rule growing up, right?
Fuck life. Sorry, I was in it. I was a big Ja Rule fan.
I only liked his first album.
Really?
This was way before 50 came back out. I only liked this for. After that, I wasn't into it.
I don't even know what
I like
the first
the
album was
stuff
called.
The Vinny Vinny Vinci.
Yeah.
That first album. Was
I'm not
awesome.
listening to an album
Three
by a black
16.
man called Vinny Vinny Vici.
I'm
Nigga,
telling you,
no.
it's dope.
He had a
It's
presence
dope.
though when he was on the stage. I saw.
Well,
him
he was
concert.
DMX.
Yeah.
And you know I gotta
Yeah, he had a concert with,
rep my boy from Yonkers.
He was my first concert I ever went to. Ja Rule and 112.
Really?
What a
112?
What a place
112?
and Nappy Roots was there.
Oh,
All
no.
my life I've been poor.
Bruh, they still making
They still
they
going?
still making hits.
Put it around the eye this way.
Yo, that album, I think that single still sells.
Bruh.
We were just talking about
My
this in
first-
Tampa. That it sounds like yeah,
112.
we're
My first concert hip hop concert I remember going to was the Hard Knock Life tour in Madison Square Garden
Man,
with Jay-Z.
that DVD
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
rough.
And I remember DMX coming on stage and me just, I was like 14, 15, just running towards the stage. Yeah! Just going insane.
That's the
'Cause
most
he was-
New York thing you can
Yeah! Yo, yeah!
I'm wearing Tim's right now.
now.
I'm wearing Tim's right now as we speak. Son.
I wasn't.
Shout
But
out.
I was wearing Tim's in Chicago.
So I got peroxide and Q-tips on deck. Any y'all step on my suede, we done.
Done,
Done,
son. We
son.
done, son.
Done.
So I want to touch on this. All right.
But DMX, man, that's my man.
So I was watching the interview, listening to the interview, or whatever. Right? They were talking about industry gatekeepers. Do you think that is a real thing?
In every industry, yeah.
So you think just straight up yes? There's no like little fine line or like no.
No.
So there are.
But that's everything. That's in any business or any
Right.
industry that you put yourself in. There's always people. There's gatekeepers everywhere.
Who would you say who would you look at as a gatekeeper in hip hop right now?
Puffy,
Yes.
Puffy, without a doubt.
He can make a break.
You
Yeah.
like this,
Anybody,
though,
like
this.
like
He
that.
still holds power.
Holds it.
Jay Prince.
Yeah.
He can't because he's the one who told Drake, "No, we're done.
Yeah.
I think
We are
Drake-
not answering Pusha T." And he's like that old black Southern man from down south. with,
I
like,
think
wisdom.
Drake didn't have it.
Like
Wisdom.
he'll say something to you and you'd be like, "Yo, that's deep." But he's that. He's also. There's a reason why people are afraid of him. There's many rumors and stories about him handling business the street way. So that's why he's a gatekeeper as well. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the gatekeepers in hip hop are the guys who own the labels and you know what I mean, control that
You
kind of
think
stuff.
there's active gatekeepers?
I think Drake could have been considered one if Pusha T didn't murder him.
I don't think he's ever gonna be that dude because of like.
He could when he murdered Meek, and it hurt my soul when he hurt Meek Mill.
Yo.
Because I was like,
Not
yo, Meek,
He's
you an East
fine.
Case dude. Come on, you an East Coast dude. Come on, Philly, stand up. I don't know. And
No.
then he killed him, and I went, it's a wrap. Now,
Massive.
if Drake would have did that
This
too,
is the same nigga that's screaming, "I'm a boss," got killed.
If
No, I
he-
can't do it. Rose red, all that shit. Did
If-
not help him one bit.
if Drake would have murdered
How you date
Pusha
Nicki,
T like
bro?
that, well, she has a fake ass. I don't. That's like slapping God in the face.
Who? Nick?
Nikki, yeah. I don't care about this being fake, but the lower part to me is like slapping God in the face.
I-
Now, that's the statue of Buddha
you,
right
you
there.
don't.
What are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah, just squat.
Yeah,
You're
just
fine.
squat a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if he would have murdered Pusha T the way he murdered Meek Mill, I would say he was a gatekeeper. But Pusha T.
Yeah.
With just that one line alone, you are hiding a child.
Bow. Done.
Just right, he said that.
Gunshots.
I went.
Gunshots.
I just went.
Uh,
I just don't like it that people are like,
That's
that's
what
the greatest
happens.
diss record
That's
ever.
what
'cause
happens
it's
when
not.
you can't keep your
Well,
mouth
that was a
shut.
fun one.
That's what happens when
Yeah.
you can't keep your mouth shut.
Pillow talk.
Cora had a whole plan to let people know about this.
Oh, he wrote this probably years ago. Like, oh,
But did y'all watch that? Listen to the Joe Budden podcast and how he talked about everything that happened, how he got all the information. It
see,
was
everyone.
from-
From
No, I
that-
didn't.
OVO
listen to
40. It was from the information was
Oh.
from OVO 40 from
Okay.
Pillow talking with a woman that's cool with their crew,
Mhm.
and he got all the information from there. So
This is why you don't talk to the women like that, though.
no,
You know what I mean?
not about the.
As also happens in
that
wrestling.
GG
That
shit.
happened to a certain somebody in wrestling, where they're texting a female who's not in the business, and then she let it all out. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's why you just don't do that in any business. You know what I mean? You
Not
keep it
Like,
quiet.
That's why I keep telling people every week.
You'll
It's all
never-
the entertainment business.
Yeah, you
It's
would-
all
yeah.
all of it. Comedy, music, wrestling.
Oh, it's
all
entertainment.
It's
Yeah.
entertainment, period. It's all the same thing.
But yeah.
The rules apply to all of
Oh,
it.
dude, when he said about him, was it OV? When you talking
OV
about
40?
him? Yeah, when he
Tick, tick, tick.
Oh my god, that man is 666. I said,
Yep.
I was like, oh no.
How does Drake? This is why I don't like Drake. He took more offense to, oh, not my friend, than him talking about his child.
Yeah.
He took more offense, like, you don't say that.
I still like when he goes, is that your Beyonce? I started
No,
dying.
listen.
Someone put a meme of him as Killmonger. Going, this is your Beyonce.
It's Beyonce, bro.
I couldn't stop laughing. But again, that's not the greatest diss record of all time. I hate it when people say that. It's great, but it's not the greatest of all time. No.
I think Drake doesn't know how to take a really good shot. He has a weak chin. When it comes
Oh, damn, I was going to say
I
something.
really
He has a weak
wanted.
shot.
I wanted
He
to
has a weak
hear. Even though Prince said, "Yo, no," I really wanted to hear the rebuttal. I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
what he
I
was
don't think he had anything because he was claiming this was going to. I didn't want to go this route because it was going to end some people's careers. He didn't have anything.
Go then. Why didn't you do it?
He didn't have because he didn't have anything.
At least he didn't fire back, you know, knowing that he has a glass chin. There's some people
Like Ja Rule?
who just go into the fire knowing you got a glass chin, and then, you know.
Ja Rule was not winning that battle. He tried to,
No.
and no one cared.
No.
No one cared.
No. What could Ja Rule done?
I don't know what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he came out.
What could
at
these
one
guys
point in
have
time,
done?
Irv Gotti was like, "Hey man, 50's a snitch. We have the police record and all that." And then, like
I would've
even me was like,
Threw that out there.
"Nah, no one cares.
Right.
That's a lie." No one wanted to believe him. But no, Ja didn't. Ja tried, but he had no. 50 was just so hot at the time because he was also a street dude, and then he made like 2 pop hits.
Right.
I guess you could say like In the Club
In
was
the
one
Club,
of them. And when he made that and he reached the mainstream, no one. Ja Rule could have came out with the hardest diss track ever, but at that point in time, no one wanted to hear it.
It's kind of like when if
he
Iron Man
served
saves
the
the world,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, oh, but he's an alcoholic.
No, he
Oh,
don't
but
care.
we don't care. He saved the world.
He said, "Yeah,"
Right.
Doesn't
and that was the thing with Fifth was that Fifth was so hot. You know what I mean? He kind of did the LL formula, where it was like
He did the Ja Rule formula.
well, in the beginning, it was like the LL formula, in my
He
opinion.
did the
where-
Ja Rule formula.
Well, Josh took it from LL. LL would make
yeah.
a song.
I think
Poppy
Drake
song,
takes from
Poppy
LL.
song.
Poppy song, but then LL would get
I feel like Drake takes from LL.
yeah.
More than
But LL would grab guys like remember that one, that 4-3-2-1. He grabbed all street dudes, X, Method Man, Redman, and put them on the track, and then put that out. But I tell you right now, right after that, or even before that, he had a nice little lovey-dovey Poppy song. So people, you know what I mean?
J-Lo,
And then but then he kept it in the street, so the street dudes would still like him by bringing in
You
those.
just go like back
all
and
the
forth.
guy- yeah.
You know?
But then
You
he
can go
goes, I
softly
shut
to
him
me,
down.
you know?
Yeah.
I shut him down. You can't hold me. Get off me. Which is the worst double time rap I've ever heard in my fucking life.
What is LL, man? I love LL because
I'm the warlord of war. What?
Gotta give the man some credit. He got
The what? The who?
I like LL from back in the day. That's why I still love LL from back in the day when he was hard. Like when it comes straight out of Queens like that.
Rock the bells.
So
Rock
you-
the Bell.
so you
That's
said
the
that.
song.
I was
Rock
like,
the
he
Bells.
was beaming.
I'm the dog. I'm the dog catcher that catches dogs.
Are you really now?
Nigga, what?
Good for you. Isn't that your job?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, isn't that what you get paid to do?
Yeah.
Oh
But there's
my God.
certain rappers like LL's one of them where I can let them slide with a lot of things because of their past work. DMX is another one because
Teasy debates if he's one of the top 10.
I can't do a top 10. I can barely do a top 5 because my top 5 changes every day.
Top 5 I can understand hard. Most difficult.
All I know is my top 3 kind of consistent, and it's always Rakim, Tupac, and Scarface. It just kind of just switches all over the place. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, how can you not put Nas up there? I go, because Rakim's up there.
You missed
I grew up from an
You're
era.
missing the white boy.
I grew up. Yeah, we've argued about this.
Well, you're missing the white
We've
boy.
argued about fucking Mr. 213. Look at me.
You're missing the white boy. You're missing the white boy.
Look at me.
You're
I
missing
do
all that mile
drugs.
over there.
I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl.
213. I don't know. Detroit. Look at me. I don't know.
You're missing the 3 to 1.
You also miss Takeshi, right? No. Sticky with the flickia. That's all I know.
Bruh.
That's all I know. Any other song you ever come out with, that's all I know is
Kiki
that.
got that wet, got that.
Beep, 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 beep,
Get that to
Trey
When that
Way.
man, all I know is
Trey
all I know
Way.
is when
Everyone's
that
like,
man
don't you
said-
like him? He's from New York. I go, no.
All I know is when that man said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo."
Eeny, meeny, miny,
Catch
moe,
a hoe by the
hoe
toe.
by the toe. Bro, I was like,
Exit
wow.
stage right.
That dude also, I think he's funny because he knows what his persona is.
He knows it. Yeah.
So he just, like, he'll have a bunch of security with him and walk through the projects of Chirac. You know what I mean? Saying, I ain't got nobody with me and there's 50 dudes behind that camera. He knows what he's doing.
I'm
You
still
know what I mean?
surprised he didn't get them charges, though.
He didn't.
Which
He got
one?
off of him.
He got off.
What, the touching? Yeah, he got
child
off.
He got off, yeah.
Yeah, he got off.
Yeah.
Oh, he gonna.
That's why when
Wait till his
Charlemagne,
next album. Wait till his next music video.
Yeah, Charlemagne hit him up and was like, so are you a registered sex or whatever, child
yeah.
molester? And he was like, no, Google it. And Charlemagne was like, I just did. It
says registered sex.
you said you had something.
Yeah, they
Charlemagne
say
did.
you didn't have to. You didn't have
Oh,
to
big
register.
shout out to Jesus and Meryl. Those are two New York dudes.
Yes.
Those
Yes.
are two New York dudes who are doing good for themselves. So big Bronx dudes. You know, man, I was originally born in the Bronx, University Avenue. What up?
Yeah.
But
They do good work.
yeah,
They do good work.
they had some funny stuff about like Charlemagne and Takeshi doing stuff, and it was just funny to see Charlemagne like trying to talk to Takeshi and be like, "Hey man, stop! Don't do that."
He's like, oh, I didn't know who you are before I even came here, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, just,
And then Charlemagne
no
goes,
big deal.
"I'm an executive producer."
That's part of the book. He's like, oh, what? You say you wrote a book? Don't worry about it.
You don't read it. You don't read. You don't
Yeah.
read, right?
Yeah.
You have your GED. That's what he asked him at one
You got a
point.
GED?
Actually, I got the
You
book
just
right there.
Googled.
Just finished reading that shit.
What book?
Charlemagne.
Oh, Charlemagne?
Yeah, love that book.
But yeah, no, rap is definitely different. But gatekeeper wise, I think it's more the dudes that own the labels and stuff.
Who's a rap keeper? Who's a gatekeeper in wrestling? Not on that level, because
Sammy.
yes,
Yeah, you can say Sammy
Yes.
Callahan, definitely.
yes.
You can't say not me because I just don't care enough. You know
Yo,
what I mean? I don't.
Yo, Kingston said, "Fuck you," but I'm booking you anyway.
Yeah, because no, well, my thing is I personally never wanted to take away food from anybody's table.
Nah,
Even if
nah.
no matter how messed up you are,
No,
I'll let you mess up on your own, and then if you get on a show that I don't think you should be on, I don't care because it's not my show, and you're gonna mess up regardless anyway if you're not that good.
No. Like I feel like making motherfuckers starve is when you really see the real animals come out.
Get hungry.
Yeah, when you get hungry and you ain't eating, that's when the real animals come
I
out.
won't
So
do it.
yeah,
I won't do it unless I gotta take from their plate, which I don't
it depends
want
on
to.
the levels of it.
I don't want to get in that level though, because if I get on that level, then the old me comes out, and kicking that mentality takes a very long time for me to get out of. So I don't even want to go there. But Sammy's definitely a gatekeeper because Sammy. People can say whatever they want about Sammy. I like him, and me and him get along, so I have nothing bad to say about him. But he knows what he's doing when it comes to that side of the game. You know what I mean? And he protects his own.
He's smart.
Yeah, he
He's
protects
very,
his
very
own,
smart guy.
which I can't even say that's wrong because I protect my own. You know what I mean? When people ask me, Eddie, who should I book with you? Oh, homicide. Oh, this guy, that guy from New York. Like, I'm protecting my people.
Right. Who's some dudes from this area that we need on here, and just like come
Yeah.
and list off those names.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would you say Bullet Club?
For New Japan, yeah.
For sure.
Maybe instead of
For Ring of Honor too.
For Ring of Honor, I say
Like
Bucks.
Cody
I
Rhodes?
say
Yeah.
young.
Bucks?
That's
I say Young Bucks more.
because
But
they don't
also
want to
young-
wrestle anybody that's not their friends. They don't want to wrestle
Do
anybody.
you blame them at this point
At
in their
this stage,
career?
Yes.
yeah, at this stage, I mean, but remember
You-
what Abyss said, it's all about helping those who become actors.
You know how much
That's my man Abby. Yeah.
I think there's a certain extent to that because you know how much talent that you're missing out that could feed the entire product
My thing with the Young Bucks though is that
that you
they-
don't know of.
that they are sweethearts.
They're
To
great
be honest
guys,
with you.
yes.
Nice people.
And I've known them for years as well, and they've been nothing but. I can only say I don't like saying the word judge, but that's I guess the only word that fits. I can only judge people by the way they treat me,
Right.
and they've always been nice to me, even during my dark times when I would stumble in the locker rooms. They were always there, being nice and sweethearts, and I'm happy to see where they are.
Yeah, they're
I've
doing
never,
the all in, doing the cruises.
I've never seen them hold down anybody. I've never seen them say no to working with anybody. You know what I mean? I've never seen them go to a promoter behind the guy's back. I've seen them go yell at the guy if something went wrong.
They are direct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about them. It's not they could be those guys because they do have that power at this point in time, where they could be like, "No, man, thanks for the match, appreciate it," and then go to the promoter and be like, "Listen, That motherfucker don't know what he's doing. So don't, you know what I mean? But they don't. They don't do that. Whatever they say to anyone else, they'll say it to your face. I don't know Cody that well. Like, we met in like we never sat down. He's cool to me. I've never heard him bury anybody or anything like that. But I could definitely see him being a gatekeeper. But I see the Young Bucks more because they
got the tenure.
But also, like, you can say I got the tenure too, but the Young Bucks have showed improved more. You know what I mean? Like, they've gone out there and had like consistent 5 whatever star matches you want, if you want to go that route with star matches. You know what I mean? Or just in general, man, they're over. They really are over. To bring
as much as you think they are, it's times 10.
Yeah, no matter what, like where they don't need to go on and be on
Brothers
American
got shirts
TV.
and Hot Topic, brother.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Oh, not even just
They're
shirts. Pops. They got their own pops.
Bro, they're almost.
They changed the game, especially.
They're almost crossing that 7-figure mark.
Yeah, they changed the game with Cody, and the Young Bucks changed the game with All In. Now, I've heard for 17 years, I've heard so many people say this is going to change the game, it's going to change the game, it's going to change the game. And I always rolled my eyes. But I went to All In, not the show, but that StarCast stuff, and then seeing what All In did, I was like, wow, this is legit.
This is a game changer.
This is changing the game.
It was literally the American dream come to fruition.
Yes. That's the best way to put it.
Right.
Shit,
it
literally
was. It really was. That's what made it so special.
Again, some of the talent, I thought I was better than, but again, not my show.
That's a competitor.
That's me being
the dog in you.
Yeah, that's the dog.
The New York dog in you.
That's the dog in me. I wasn't hating on them. I'm happy they were on it, but do I think I'm better than them? Yeah, but
that's the dog.
That's just me being a competitor. But All In definitely, like you said, it's perfect way to put it is the American dream. What they did there. So yeah, of course they're gatekeepers. I can't really think of anyone else in wrestling wise.
Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah,
that's my girl. That's my
on the female side.
Who
shines gatekeepers? You think Evilise is one?
I'll put her up there because people listen to her and listen to Lufisto.
Yeah.
Lufisto and Mercedes.
Well, Mercedes, that's my girl. That's my
top
girl.
3 people that you go to and you're like, hey, look, you watch my match, if you have some time, give me some critique. I'm always going to Mercedes like, hey,
Mercedes,
look, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
Outside of Sarah Del Rey, Mercedes Martinez was like my favorite independent female wrestler at one point in time. Plus, she's just really nice to me. Again, if you're nice to me, I'm good to you. How about Rain? Was Rain once a gatekeeper?
Yes, that was. She's just now coming back.
Yeah.
So when I first started, she wasn't around. But back then, yes.
Yeah.
Alice in Danger.
Yes.
She's not wrestling, but she's still there all the time.
She holds it down.
She holds it
you
down.
think that's still an important thing to have those gatekeepers there?
Yes.
Do you think it's a necessity?
Like Alice in Danger is the one person who is 100% behind me on being at Shimmer. Because like to get there it's kind of hard because it's so packed, it's so jam packed. But like you look at that roster and you're like, okay, you're missing something.
Okay.
I look at every single roster and I'm like, look, okay, this is you're missing something. You're missing something. Or everybody looks the same. Hey, there's like, I'm like, look, we need some.
You need somebody.
We need some creativity or some difference. Somebody to make you guys stand apart. But yeah, she's one of my biggest supporters. I love her. Shout out to Mama Danger.
I miss her. Me and her. Me and her have a long history of friendship, folks. Nothing else. But we have a very long history. We were there for each other, especially in my 20s. She was there for me during very hard times, and she's seen many sides of me. So I love her to death. She's definitely a gatekeeper. But she's not one of those people that will hold people down. She'll try to work with you, but if you don't give or show her or show other people respect, that's her big thing is like respect.
Respect, yeah.
If she'll give you chance after chance after chance, if you don't do it, then she'll be like, yo, no, this girl's done. But at least she'll give chances. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people go out of their way, and these are guys who aren't gatekeepers, and this is why they're not, because they bury everybody. You know what I mean? They won't even give someone who's not their friends a shot. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen guys who may not even like a guy, but then will sit there and be like, well, damn, he's good in the ring. So I can't really say anything. You know what I mean? I've seen guys do that, but then I've seen the guys who aren't gatekeepers be like, well, I don't care. I don't like them, and I don't want them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen
Just,
that.
And
those aren't gatekeepers. Those are just guys who are friends
Bitter,
with.
yeah.
like
And my thing, too, is like, I came in an era, again, my career was ass backwards. Grew up in New York, trained to Pennsylvania, broke in PA and down south, like in Alabama, and then in the Midwest. Like, I went down south first. And I remember, and this was like 2002, 3, 4. I remember back then it was,
I feel like a lot harder.
You guys, yeah. And at that time, WWE was assigning indie guys. It was like, yo, y'all have a beef. Well, they didn't say beef. You guys got a problem. Go outside. And guys would legit fight in the parking lot, come back inside, and then it was over. If they still had a problem with it, they would meet each other after the show and continue. Nowadays, a lot of the thing with wrestling is no one wants to knuckle up. And if you do knuckle up, a lot of people in wrestling
It's going on World Star.
and society, not just wrestling, and society, they call cops and this and that. And it's like, nah, man, like, if we have a real problem where we can't get over it, where it has to get physical, and you talk that tough talk, then we have to knuckle up.
You know, one of my favorite movies is the Jackson 5 movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love it when they Joseph makes him put on
boxing gloves.
boxing gloves and fight one of the dudes, some boys to men. And the dude's do. I did it, I did it. I don't want my boys fighting. I was like, look, that's some real stuff. You have a problem, let's go fight.
He won. Yeah.
And he won. Like, period. You don't need no cops. I mean, just handle it.
It's a different era, man. Like, I seen dudes like act up, and this is over the past couple of years, act up, and like right when I'm ready to snap on them, you know what I mean? Because they're pushing it.
Backpedal.
Not even backpedal, but they'll be like, well, I'll call the cops. And I'm like, how? What? And they're all younger than me, so maybe it's a generation thing.
It's
Possibly.
I don't know what happens. Like, the babies are coming out softer than before.
I think it has to.
Some cuddle babies.
Cuddle, but they already coming out soft.
Yeah, I think it has to do with.
The baby.
I think
the
it has
baby's
to,
here.
Babies.
The baby's here.
The baby's here.
I think it has to do with how the parents raise them. Look, she's giving me a dirty look again. She always giving me a dirty look. Cedric, tell the youngin' stop giving me dirty looks. I'm actually nice sometimes.
But his
Probably
spirit.
sees that unnice, like,
Yeah, she's like, I see you.
scoundrel.
Something about his spirit. He got bad spirit.
Yeah, I get a bad vibes. His aura's all messed up.
Loosen it. Look at it.
But it's definitely the parents, the way the parents raised them. Again, I grew up, I'm an 80s, I was born in 81. My uncles and my father grew up in New York in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, around that era. So New York was not what it is now. Like, I remember my father and my uncles telling me stories about how you couldn't walk through Times Square. Times Square was empty. Because, like, that movie, The Warriors, that's how it really was.
Yeah.
In New York. You know what I mean? There was nothing but gangs, stick-up kids, you know what I mean? That's why the Goons of the Industry thing I sent you from Info Minds, big shout out to them on YouTube. The Goons of the Industry, that's where they started at, was basically around that time in the 80s in New York. They were all stick-up kids or drug dealers. That's all you could do to make money back then. You know what I mean? And my uncles and my father instilled lessons in me to be a little tougher than the next guy or be prepared to always be that underdog or that, as I say now, stray dog, you know what I mean? Because that's the way they were raised. You know what I mean? Right. So they raised me like that. Now you have a different generation of people raising the kids.
I'll tell you what.
And now a lot of people are like, no violence, no violence. I get it. I don't want to see a kid hit another kid. I don't. But there's certain situations as a child, not a child, but 8, 9, 10 years old.
I'd rather see
where
a kid.
You got to get a little physical because people get away with things if you don't.
I'd rather see another kid hit another kid rather than shoot
another kid. Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
We had this issue. There was this kid that was poking my daughter, and like the other kids, they were just like, oh, like calling her loser and stuff like that because she's super intelligent. And then AJ apparently she was like, oh hey, stop poking me. And then the little guy poked her again, and she just wailed on all pop, 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 pop. They called me in. They're like, oh, she was fighting. I was like, okay, what happened? They told me the story, and I was like, okay. So
what's the problem?
What's the problem?
Like, no, we don't condone violence.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she hit him. I was like, well, were they touching her first?
Yeah.
I was like, you got this little boy and his little sisters touching my daughter.
I understand not condoning violence, but you should know that you should condone self-defense.
Right.
You should.
And I
Yeah,
told her, I was
no,
like,
no,
look, don't
definitely
hit
should.
anybody, first or anything like that. But you need to, you always
You
stand up for
need
yourself.
you always have to stand up for yourself. And I'm not saying, you know what I mean, when I was younger, I used to just wail on dudes if they made fun of me. You know what I mean? Because growing up Hispanic and Puerto Rican at that time, it was not a good thing to be a mutt. You know what I mean?
People like
I
to-
thought he was going to the store.
Oh no.
Oh.
You got excited.
Nah,
Thanks for the-
it's a big
Thanks
bottle.
for the
She be
big
packing Newports.
Thanks for the
Big-
No, I got
see
my
it?
Newport.
Big water
I just
bottle,
need
yeah.
another monster. Because I'm
No.
about to fucking nod out. And I don't want to nod out. I got to hit the gym at some point.
Same.
But yeah, no, I was a little bit different because I got made fun of for. I learned about racism in 2nd grade because kids were called, the Irish side, the Irish kids in the neighborhood. Because I grew up in an all Irish neighborhood after we left University Avenue, were calling me a spick. I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean? And then the Puerto Ricans wouldn't take, oh, you're too much of a white boy. Funny thing is, then I started hanging out with the black kids, and for some reason they took me in. You know what I mean?
See, I was
But-
raised around white people all the time.
Yeah, so like it was just a different thing, and I used to just throw hands right away when I got made fun of because I was angry. That's not right. But what is right is, like you said, your daughter was being poked, like legit physically touched. She has every right in the world to defend herself and clap back and start firing shots. You know what I mean?
Right.
If that was me, thank God I wasn't there because I would have been like this to her. Hey, good job, man. Good job.
You did the damn thing.
Don't take
Yeah.
it without until
We
you
was,
did.
we hit the good job afterwards.
After-
I was like, look.
I would have done it right in front of
Make
the
sure you
right in
turn
front of
up.
the principal. I would have been like, yeah.
Like,
Get that girl's ass. Get that little boy. Beat his ass.
Like another thing, you gotta teach your kids not to be too friendly with everybody.
Right.
Not to be so receptive to
Look,
all
my mama
adults.
always said, look, you can be everybody's friend, but everybody can't be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that quick. I was like, yeah.
I'm learning that in wrestling.
I'll be your friend, but you can't be mine. You can't be my friend. No.
I
Look.
learned that at a very young age because I just remember my mother telling me, how many friends do I have? I was like, I don't know. She'd be like, 1, and she would tell me, and then my dad would be like, yeah, I only have 1. And then later on I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, it's true.
You're the one friend.
They're like one or two top.
The one adult you always seen come over.
Yeah.
That's it. You
And
only see
then,
like 2
and
people.
that's it. You know what I mean? Other than that, it was family. You know what I mean?
Right.
The same.
That was another thing too. Like I think it's also a different generation thing where too it's like I grew up where we always stuck with each other. My family had problems. You know what I mean? My uncles and them had problems with alcohol and drugs, but we never gave up on them. You know what I mean? Even though there was more moments with me where they were gonna, you know, I was young and I had to defend myself with them, but my family still didn't give up on them because they were family.
Right.
You know, like that's why a lot of people are like, well, why? When I used to get in trouble, they'd be like, well, you know, little Eddie this and this, used to call little Eddie this and that, but my family would be like, no, we got to bail him out. We got to make sure he does this. It's only because it's family. No matter how much you messed up, because it was family. You just didn't.
Yep.
You didn't let it go. And then I see other people talk about their families, and they're like, no, we ditched this guy because he did this and that. And I'm like, yo, isn't that your uncle? Isn't that like your brother or your cousin? Well, I don't care because they did this and that. And I'm just like, again, different way of being raised.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
no
I
matter.
never disown you. Like, I may be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
I may be angry.
I mean, I talked to you for
I mean,
a minute.
I talk to you, but
if
like,
you need me,
right.
like I know my one aunt hates my one uncle. Like there's no tomorrow. Hates his guts. That's her brother. Hates him. But anytime he ever got in trouble, she'd be the first one there at the house, cooking, or the first one there to get him out, first one there to put him in rehab. You know what I mean?
Right.
My
She's
mother,
there for him.
my mother got all that because her nickname became Mother Superior. So that's why I always saw it around my house. You know, but we always came together.
Sister Superior, what do you have for us today in the church today?
My
Sister
mother used to
Superior.
feed. I'll just never forget, man. Feed my uncle's friends who were all doped out of their minds, coming off stuff, and my mother would just feed them.
So that was
My
mom.
father would be on the
Yeah.
phone trying to get them into, and I'm like, they're not family, yeah, but that's your uncle.
That's my mom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we have to make sure they're good. 'Cause
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And my mother used to also never. She taught this to me: never talk about anyone else's kids.
Yeah.
Never, because you never know what's gonna happen with your kids. So a perfect example: there's one guy, and I'm not proud of this, but he used to. It's just an example. He used to talk about me when I was younger behind my back. Oh, Eddie's not gonna be anything because he's violent. He's this. He's that. Blah blah blah. My mother would hear it and be like, "All right, motherfucker," you know what I mean? Granted, now that guy's son passed away from a drug overdose because he was You know what I mean? And I remember telling my mother, she's like, that's why you don't say nothing. I'm not saying, she said, I'm not saying it's karma, but this is why you don't say anything.
You never talk about the kids.
No.
And you never talk crap about anybody while you're pregnant. Cause that's a big thing. Like my sister, she talked mad crap about me. Like we have.
Is that the one? Is that the one?
That's the one. That's Tracy. Yeah, that's the one.
Aww.
Like we're like 11 years apart, so talk mad crap about me. But when she had her first daughter, it is literally like me. Like she's like, she calls me up like, look, your niece is, I don't know what's happening. She's doing this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember I used to do that. And I'm like, let me talk to her on the phone. And I'll talk to her through, like, okay, this is what I did for this, this is what I did for this. But she's exactly like me. And I'm like, that's what you get.
That's what you get for talking that.
That's what you get for talking all that smack.
Is it? So this is
now
just I saw in the picture, right?
Yeah, that's what
But I said, picture me coming over on Thanksgiving, yo. Mm-hmm. And Cedric goes, yo, I would love that.
Bruh. My mom still talks about it. She's like, what's that nice, fine young man I met at the wedding?
Who is drunk as shit going, I'll treat your daughter right.
She's like,
with a thing of whiskey in my hand. Right.
He ain't afraid to take charge.
I've been looking for you this whole entire time.
He ain't afraid to take charge. He look like
my whole thing, I just want to be over there. I just want to be over there for Christmas and Thanksgiving with you and Cedric. Just want to see what happens. See how crazy we get. Be like, I've never seen that side of Cedric. You guys be like, ugh.
I don't like this.
I don't like this. Eddie, stop it. Cedric! Where you at?
Well, we're going to go ahead and get Eddie Kingston home because he has to wake up early for his, what you got?
I gotta go to the gym at least. Latest I can go to the gym is 8 a.m. Because then I have Muay Thai class at 11. I should do grappling with no gi. I should do it. Probably won't. Because then I have Muay Thai again later that night. And that's it. But BJJ's Wednesday.
This is a daily thing, right?
Yeah, I do it.
What's a daily workout for you?
Oh, it's always, without a shower, it's always gym and Muay Thai. That's the constant. But I just started doing, I done sub grap before. But I just started doing, I've had like 4 or 5 classes of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, and it's just fun. You know what I mean? I never wanted to do the gi when I saw little kids choking each other out. I was like, oh no. But now I watch it and now I'm doing it. I have so much fun. It's good also cardio because I just don't like doing regular cardio, like running on a treadmill or elliptical or sprinting. But all that stuff, carrying another guy's body weight, trying to get out of it, that's cardio. Dipping and moving, slipping punches, throwing punches back, throwing kicks.
Why not go see this in wrestling matches, man?
My thing is, I'll throw one or two things in there, but especially with the striking, I don't know how to control it, work it. You know what I mean? It's either all or nothing. So I don't do it. But I've had matches where I've done submissions that I've learned from self-grab and stuff like that. And like I try to tell a couple people who have MMA backgrounds and they try to put it in wrestling. And they're like, well, I don't want to do this and that because I don't want to be compared. I go, all you have to do is one move. Mm-hmm. You do one move that has a little bit of MMA behind it, and the fans will be like, oh, okay. And I proved it to one of them where I just did a simple, some people call it the John Jones kick to the shin, where he does it to the knee, but it's supposed to be to the shin. I did it to the guy that I went into my regular wrestling, and people are like, oh, Eddie knows it, Eddie knows something. It's just by the way you stand and do that. Do I know a little bit? Yeah, but I don't have to throw leg kick or high kick, you know what I mean, or anything like that. Yeah. And then I'll throw a submission in there that I learned in class. I'll throw one in there, and people are like, oh, you know what that's it. You don't have to. You don't have to do all that because you don't want to be compared to certain other people. But if you throw one in there, it's like, oh, okay, they know what they're doing, or a significant strike. You know what I mean? By the way, I didn't knock the guy out, but he did go down and get up and sparring with the spinning back fist. So my spinning back fist finisher is legit because it did knock a dude down. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget when he went down and went, oh. But then he got up. He got up and he murdered my legs with leg kicks.
I bet.
Oh, it was all bruised up. But I remember seeing him the next day. He was like, yo, my face hurts. I was like, my leg hurts. And then we went and trained. It's a real, ATT East Orlando, it's a real good atmosphere. You know what I mean? They're more of a jiu-jitsu gym. But my coach Will, who does Muay Thai, is so good, so great. And it's a good workout. No one's there to hurt you, even on sparring days, unless...
ATT who?
East Orlando.
I'll take a class or two.
Yeah. You meet my girl Nessa. She's a sweetheart. She's like the girl, like the top girl in the class. She's a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and she's a real sweetheart. Young as shit, engaged. It's fucking insane. Beautiful young woman. But no, it's a lot of fun, man. And I always tell people to go, even if you don't want to fight. Like I went originally not to fight, but now I want to. I'm trying to get a fight in December, but it's just a great way to get a lot of aggression out. And a good workout. A great cardio too. If you don't want to do basic cardio, you know. So that's my schedule.
What you got coming
But there's
up?
always, like I said, gym, Muay Thai, and then certain days BJJ, certain days subgrab. What do I have coming up? November 3rd, I'm in AIW in Ohio. Then November 10th, it's AAW. November 11th, AWE. In Atlanta. Yeah, I love it there. So much fun
Haven't been
there.
there in years.
It's
So
murder.
Yeah, that's my
I
man.
miss that dude.
That's
so
my
much.
homie, man.
Shout out
And then,
Murder One.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you about the 5, bro. You gonna hook me up or what?
Bruh, I got a list so long of people that they just like, oh, yeah, we need them in there. We need them in there. We need to get them in there.
I know.
The list is growing, bruh.
The
Trust
only
me.
reason why I even bring that up is before we worked with each other at IWA Mid-South,
Yes.
you were like, where can we work with each other? I was like, Defy, I guess? I don't know. And you were like, wait a minute. And I was like, nah, but, I'm all over,
Oh,
man.
I'm still throwing them out there. I throw out everybody.
No, I know you do.
Gatekeeper, bruh. Let's
Gatekeeper,
go.
Defy,
Let's
yo.
go. Defy Gatekeeper.
Shane is literally LeBron right now.
People saying that, man. What?
Why didn't the Revival get an entrance?
Who?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
There we go. The Revival, that tag team.
Yeah.
They didn't even get anyway. But yeah, man,
Oh!
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to put two. I was like, all these names, these
All
tag
these names.
teams. You know, I'm just
You
like,
can you can follow me at Eddie Kingston 81 on Instagram and Mad Kingston 81 on Twitter. I always forget my Twitter handle.
He forgets every time.
But yeah, I guess that's what you do at the end of interviews. But yeah, that's my deal. I always love coming in here, shooting the shit with you, Shane.
I'm the only one that invites him out.
Yeah, he does.
I'm the
You
only
know,
one.
I always love shooting the shit with you. You drive me crazy. It
I
makes
drive
it, but in a
everybody
good way.
crazy.
In a good way,
Right?
though, it makes me laugh. You know what I mean?
I drive
But
everybody crazy.
nah, man, you guys are great people, man. That's why I fucks with y'all. If you
Appreciate
weren't,
you.
I wouldn't even
Appreciate
be
you.
here. To be honest, I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm busy. This, you know, you
Yeah.
see me on Instagram, my own Instagram live in my underwear,
That's
watching
like
the
when you
football
don't answer
game.
my phone. These people don't answer your phone call, but then you see they.
I'm
They be like, and what about it? Yes,
And
I'm
what-
on,
and what-
yes, I'm on Twitter. Yes, I did not answer.
Yeah,
your
I
text
have no
message.
shame.
Like-
I have no shame. Someone will hit me up and be like, yo, how can you be on Instagram?
Because I'm playing Red Dead
and-
2. That's why.
Why?
No, I'd be like,
Exactly.
listen, I'll tell them the truth. I'd be like, I didn't want to talk to you. That's basically it. If I wanted to talk to you, you'll hear from me.
I have a habit of like clearing out my notifications, and then I won't go back
Forgetting?
to it. I
Same
forget
thing.
about it. I'm
You
like,
and
oh,
Allison K do the same thing.
like,
Or
damn.
whatever her name is, Sienna Mist, or whatever her name is. Fight me.
Fight me.
Oh, we wrapping it up now? That's
We
what we're doing, a
wrapping
little
up,
finger
yeah.
gimmick?
He going to sleep too.
Yeah, I seen him fall asleep
Yeah, I
about
saw
4
him
times.
fall outside.
Yeah!
I wanted to throw
Get
it.
yourself a monster hat!
I wanted to throw a cherry sour at him, but I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, no, you're not
He
getting
said-
one. Are we still wrapping it up? If
We still wrapping it up.
Oh, did you want a cherry sour?
13. We're going to close episode 13.
Oh, big shout out to Bodega Bams. There you go.
Bodega
Damn
Bands.
boys.
It is. Episode 13 Swerve City Podcast. You can listen to the full version of this episode, swervecitypodcast.pivotshare.com for $4.99 on the High Spots, Progress, Defy, PCW Ultra, Bar Wrestling, you name it. You think of the highest places that you can go to on the networks. You can find us.
Yeah,
We're
all
easy to
those
find. We're
places,
big deal.
OG 730, yeah?
Book us
Flatbush
all.
Zombies merchandise, gloriousdead.com, pick it up.
7:30.
Collar and Elbow,
On the nail book.
collarandelbowbrand.com, pick up the
I
Collar
just
and
have
Elbow merchandise.
Green Lantern, you know.
Sinestro
Sinestro.
Core over there.
Hold up, gang, gang.
We doing big things. That's a closeout.
Yonkers!
Be confident in everything you do. T's ain't here, so you gotta say the tagline.
Wash your ass, or you gonna get a pop.
Mm.